Hey, happy Sunday, Knicks Nation. I hope you're all enjoying your weekend. It's a kind of tough weekend without regular NBA basketball. I'm not real big into all the All-Star festivities, although I understand why they have them. Um, yeah, no, but so we're a little bit of a dull period right now, but we're getting ready for the second part of the last stretch of the season. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. I hope you and your family are all safe out here, and that the needs of you and your family this weekend in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders who every day, including today, are out here trying their best to save lives. Those also that pick up garbage, keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover. Even today, the teenagers and children that are victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are also helping those that are victims of prostitution, child prostitution, pornography, child pornography, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Right here in Florida, in my county, they just busted 29 people on human trafficking charges last week. Good job by law enforcement on that, and just continue to do that. But it seems like it's an inexhaustible amount of people that are involved with child pornography, prostitution, child prostitution, and human trafficking. Inexhaustible number of people. That's a scary thought, but that's what's going on. It takes all our law enforcement. Our hats off to the law enforcement people that are doing their best to break this crap up and send those bad guys where they belong, in prison with Tiny. Double curses on the perpetrators, double curses on the profiteers, and double curses on the perverts that create the demands that make these industries. Finally, double blessings on the homeless, more than 600,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, and veterans homeless in the United States of America. And the numbers are increasing as we speak, and looks like projected to increase even further as we speak. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. So welcome. Let's see. Let me go down the list here. Welcome to Tony Tippins, Jim Adino, Deshaun Wilson, John Pettit, Charm Boy, Superstar, Richard Baptiste, V Dash, Clint Stewart, Organic, My Brother Fanatic, Triple C, Stoop Kids Studios, King Ribby, Ron Cohen, Nancy Stevenson, Hi Miss Stevenson, Senior Beef, My Brother, Andrew Kim. Let's see. Prezi the Boss. Let's see. Margaret Edwards. Welcome, Miss Edwards. Stephen Kelly. Andrew Kim. Malik Shabazz. Grand Rising, my brother. Andy Pesacreta, if I say that correct. If I mess it up, please excuse me. And Frankie Kia. What's up, y'all? So, two things. First, I want to start. Somebody asked me about the All-Star game. What I thought that whether they should just do away with it. Or they should create more games instead of the All-Star weekend. And I think that they missed the point. The All-Star weekend does a couple of things. Number one, it gives the players, guys like Josh Hart, a break in the middle of the season. And this is good because it reduces their chance of injuries when they can recover, when they fully rest and recover in the middle of a long 82-game grind. That's number one. So you got to give the majority of the players a rest. Number two, while they're giving the players a rest, of course, the NBA still wants to make money. So what they do is instead of just focusing on the star players, they created you got the upper, what they call the rookies that are playing, the future stars or whatever. They create a little tournament with the young guys that don't get, mostly by and large, they don't get the minutes that regular veterans, rising stars, right? They got the rising stars. They to make money on that. They got the 3-point contest, of course, the dunk contest, and then there's the regular game. And so they're trying to still make money. And what the NBA's marketing tool is, or should I say marketing game is they create stars. That's why they call that game Rising Stars. So they're making the NBA, or they have made it, a star-driven league. The NBA was in financial trouble in the 1970s. Let's be real. One of the reasons for the financial trouble of the 1970s is a lot of the mainstream public wasn't getting into the NBA. And the reason they weren't getting into the NBA is because there was a lot more black players playing. Just to be frank about it, the New York Knicks championship team had a mix of white and black players. You had guys like Dave DeBusschere. You had guys like Bill Bradley. You had guys like Jerry Lucas. You had guys like Mike Reardon. You had white dudes that could ball that was on that championship team. And then of course you had Jerry West, Gail Goodrich on the Los Angeles Lakers, and that helped. And then of course Boston Celtics, John Havlicek, Dave Cowens, Don Nelson. You had a whole bunch of good white players that helped that league, but it wasn't enough. And then there was a point in the Knicks where they didn't call them Knickerbockers. They called something similar because they had almost a whole black team at some point. That was not good for the league, for the money, for the revenue. Plus, the league wasn't as global as it is now. So they were losing money at that time. Then came Larry Bird. Larry Bird was not only legitimately one of the greatest players to ever play the game, he was white. It's no coincidence he went to Boston. Okay, no coincidence he went to Boston, one of the most racially segregated northern cities, period. Always been that way, Boston. So he goes to Boston, and that helps the league. And then at the same time, you get this kid out of Michigan State, Magic Johnson. So between these two, they went and signed deals, both of them, with Converse, who had Dr. J also. So Converse had both of them. This was before Nike. This was Converse. And so that helped the league a lot. It helped the league tremendously. The ABA-NBA merger helped the league tremendously. So now they started getting a little footing. And then here come Michael Jordan. Okay, here come Michael Jordan. And he was a savior of the league. Period. End of story. He was. And so you get him with Magic and Bird, and you had Boston winning 3 championships in the 80s because of Bird and Kevin McHale and Danny Ainge, right? So you had some great white players on the Boston Celtics. You had Bird, Danny Ainge, and Kevin McHale. Kevin McHale, I think anybody that's seen Kevin McHale play would understand what I'm about to say. He's one of the greatest 6 men in the history of basketball, history of NBA basketball, Kevin McHale. He was a starter that came off the bench, okay? And so Boston won 3 championships. The Lakers won 5 championships in the 1980s. And then you got Jordan. At the end of the 80s, Jordan and Nike took over the game. It became global. That's when they started making big money. It started becoming big time. It became global, which was one of the biggest moves when they sent the NBA players to play in Barcelona in 92. That put the game on a whole different level. The NBA game became hugely global at that point. So now the money's out there. Now the money's being made. And then there was no coincidence. Again, you get the Chinese involved with Yao Ming. You bring Yao Ming in. Yao Ming was getting all-star. I think he might have been the top all-star vote getter in his rookie year. Because all of the Chinese have over 1 billion people. And if you look at the, just in very general terms, the upper class, middle class, and lower class, the middle class of the Chinese economy is bigger than the whole United States population. Okay. The middle class of the Chinese economy is bigger than the whole US population, like over 300 million people, right? It's the middle class. So if you're getting the middle class buying into Yao Ming, that adds a lot of money to the NBA. Okay. A lot of money to the NBA. I don't know. It looks like it was. Craig Warrior is asking, do I believe the 85 draft was fixed for the Knicks to get Patrick Ewing? It might have been. I don't know. I mean, it was convenient, but look, when is the last time that the Knicks got the #1 overall pick? I think that was the only time in the history of the Knicks. Am I right about that? I think that's the only time in the history of the Knicks that they got the overall #1 pick. So I don't know if it was fixed, because if it was, then you're trying to say maybe the NBA wants the Knicks to succeed. But I don't know. I would say it was fixed for the Lakers to get Magic Johnson, and for the Boston Celtics to get Larry Bird. Okay, I'd have to say that was fixed. And the reason I say that, if you look back over the history of the Los Angeles Lakers, right now, they still are the glamour franchise of the NBA. But back then it was even more so because of Hollywood, right? The big time producers, directors, Hollywood types with all the money and all the influence is in LA, right? So now, how is it that the Lakers get Wilt Chamberlain? He was in the Philadelphia Warriors. He was from Philly. Okay. Then he goes to the Lakers. And how is it that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was Lou Alcindor, his two teams, we were all excited in New York because his two teams that he wanted to go to was the Bullets or the Knicks. At that time, they didn't have a Washington team. It was the Bullets, which represented DC, as well as Baltimore, or the Knicks. He ends up in the Lakers. Okay? So you got, come on. Come on, man. So you got the Lakers get Chamberlain. Then they get Jabbar. And then they get Magic Johnson. So you got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and now you get Magic Johnson. I don't know. That don't smell right to me. That don't smell right. And come on now. Look. Luka Doncic is a prodigious talent, man. Okay, there's no doubt. How is it that? Let me ask you all a question. Let's say the way it normally goes. In fact, let's put it this way. When Anthony Davis got drafted by the New Orleans Pelicans, #1 overall pick. Okay, #1 overall pick. And Anthony Davis was making it known he wanted out of New Orleans. Wasn't there a big bidding war for his services? Wasn't every team in the NBA trying to make a phone call to see if they can get AD? Wasn't it? He ends up on the Lakers, right? So you're telling me, like, if the Dallas Mavericks made it known that they were going to trade Luka Doncic, come on, man, there'd be 29 phone calls in that hour for everybody asking, what do I need to do to get Luka? And he ends up with the Lakers on a DL that nobody even knew that he was going to trade block. Come on, man. No. See, it's no coincidence. LeBron is 40 years old. LeBron is playing all-star level ball right now. He really is at 40 years old. It's amazing. But he's going to slow down. He's going to quit at some point. You need something out there. Here comes Luka Doncic. Man. So, look, man. Sometimes it is fixed. To me, there's no doubt it is fixed. There's no doubt about it. See, Now wait. I heard. Did y'all hear this? Did I read correctly that Cooper Flagg is thinking about playing another year at Duke? Did I hear that correctly? Did y'all hear that? Okay. Did I hear correctly that Cooper Flagg was thinking about going back and play another year at Duke? Is that correct? Did I hear that right? Or did any of y'all hear that? If that's the case, then the fix is in. There's no doubt. Come on, baby. Come on, man. Come on, man. Shoot. All right. Yeah. So, so there it is, man. So, yeah, they do have those type of situations in pro basketball. For example, when Bill Russell was in college, at that time, the NBA had territorial rights. So, in other words, the players that played in the geographic area in college would play in that geographic area in the pros. Oscar Robertson went to Cincinnati and he played in the geographic area of the Midwest when he was drafted, right? Wilt Chamberlain came from Philly and he played with the 76ers. That's the way they did it. The geographic areas where the guy went. It's territorial rights. Bill Russell played at University of San Francisco. How did he end up in Boston? See what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So come on, man. Some of the things, like for example, I don't think anybody would count San Antonio, Texas, as a major basketball market. I mean, right? San Antonio was good in the ABA. They're one of the few ABA teams that came over to the NBA, and they were a good ABA team. They were always in the playoffs. You know, they were always good. They always had a good team. And them, I think the Denver Nuggets came over. Just a few teams came over from the ABA. So they ended up getting David Robinson from the Navy. And David Robinson's story was a unique story. He was like 5'11", then he went to like 6'7", and then he joined the Naval Academy and grew to 7 feet tall. I mean, while he was at the Naval Academy. It's weird. So they get him at San Antonio, but then they turn around and get Tim Duncan. And that's when the championship banners start being hung. You know, they get Tim Duncan, and that was legit. That was just legit to me. That was legit, you know, building up a franchise. That's why when I talk about long-term sustainable winning, I always mention the San Antonio Spurs because of how they did it, how they built their team, how they built their dynasty. Nobody even heard of Tony Parker when he was 19. San Antonio got him. Nobody knew. And even when you did hear about him, I didn't think he was going to be good. He was so wild. He was a wild card type of guy, but he was a championship piece. You know, so they ended up becoming I think they were legitimately built long-term sustainable winning. Okay. So if it was fixed for them to get Wembanyama, I understand it because that organization knows how to turn champions, man. There's no doubt. Same with Miami. They know how to turn champions. Pat Riley know how to build a championship team. There's no doubt about it. You don't ever bet against Pat Riley because he can make stuff happen. You don't even know he can make it happen. Okay, so that is what it is. So when the Knicks got the Don and I started seeing him do Don-like chess moves, I was like, oh, shoot, man, this is going to be something else. And look where we at right now. Third in the East, 2 starters in the All-Star game, and they're threatening. They're threatening, and they're coming down the stretch looking pretty good, I'd say. So you got your starters, 2 starters in the All-Star game. You got legit big man and Mitchell coming back. And here's the thing. Mitchell Robinson, I was looking at his stats. Mitchell Robinson averages for the last 4 seasons prior to this one, because he hasn't played this one, but he averages about 4 offensive rebounds per game. He averages about 8 rebounds per game. So he averages about 8 rebounds per game, and he averages 4 on the offensive end. Right now, and he does that in about 25 minutes a game. He gets about 25 minutes a game, and that's what he does. I don't think I'm being outlandish if I say he should probably still get between 20 and 25 minutes a game, right? What do you think? I think that should still be what he gets. No more. I wouldn't see him get more than that. 25 minutes a game coming off the bench. And I think it's realistic to think he still gets that stat. He gets 8 rebounds a game, and he gets 4 on the offensive end. So what does that mean for the Knicks? They're now averaging 43 rebounds a game. They're not in the top of rebounding like they normally are. If you add 8 rebounds to that, and you add 4 on the offensive end, they're right now 11 offensive rebounds to game. If you add 4 to that, so you get 15 rebounds a game on the offensive glass, and you total 51. Let me tell you something. That's a game changer. That changes everything. Okay. That changes everything. Okay. So he is going to be major upgrade when you get Mitchell Robinson back in that rotation. It's going to be major upgrade. So the NBA don't want to see that. They don't. But yeah, it's coming, man. It's coming. So especially in the playoffs, when the rebounding in the playoffs is the most significant. It really is. It's a major thing in the playoffs. It's a major thing all the time. But when you talk about playoff basketball and you can get 50 rebounds in a game and you can get 14 or 15 offensive rebounds, you get all those extra, possessions. Man, please. That's what I'm saying. This is a major thing right here. So, and all them people that was talking about, trading Mitchell Robinson for Jonas Valanciunas or Nicholas Richards, y'all must have been on some type of serious Mad Dog 2020, old English, slit smart liquor with the opioids. Y'all must have really had that laced weed, because I was like, what are you talking about? Are you kidding me? In their best years, they couldn't do what Mitch Rock could do in an average year. You know what I'm saying? So, here we go, baby. Here we go. So, yes, I'm saying. I really just want to see him play against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Can I get 15 minutes of Mitch Rob against Cleveland? Can I get 15 minutes of Mitch Rob against Cleveland? Speaking of MB, I think ever since he hurt Mitchell Robinson, the Sixers kind of been cursed, right? I mean, they suck this year. They're not even just bad. They suck. Isn't that right? Like the Sixers, where are they at? I mean, they so far down in the standings. I need a telescope or something to find them. They in the 11th spot, and they a game and a half out of the 10th seed. They're 20-34. They're 3-7 in their last 10. Ever since he messed with Mitchell Robinson like that, they've been dogged. They've been dogged. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they've been dogged, and deservedly so. I don't think any of us are crying about their problems, right? I ain't worried about no daggone Philly. I told you, I ain't worried about Philly. For what? Because they overpaid for PG-13, and I mean, they overpaid. 3 years, $120 million. Yeah. So yeah, no, man. Yeah. So yeah, and you know what? Y'all hear what Big Perk said about it? Did y'all see what Big Perk said? Big Perk said trade them both. Him and PG, trade them both right now. That's what I'm saying. I've been telling you, I get what I can for both of them before this All-Star break. Give me what I can get for both of them. Let me start my rebuild right now with Tyrese Maxey. Okay. Let me start my rebuild right now with Tyrese Maxey. Yeah, and this is the thing. Margaret Evans brings a point, says he's not the same player. This is the thing. I think if you go back even 2 seasons into the Clippers, he wasn't the same player. He would show flashes of the guy you saw in Indiana and in Oklahoma City. He showed flashes of that guy, but he never could sustain that guy that what they was expecting, which is why they ain't won it. They got Kawhi and PG-13. They ain't got nothing. They ain't did nothing. Okay, they ain't did nothing. Thing is that how many Knicks fans were crying? We should go. Why we missed out on Paul George? Man, the Knicks blew it. They should have got Paul George. I mean, like, I got so many coulda, woulda, shoulda mofos coming in my thing. Yeah, we should have did this. We could have did that. No. I never wanted that dude. Never. If you're not available, I'm sorry. And you asking $40 million, this is why we got to give our flowers to the Don. This is why we got to give the Don his flowers. The Don goes into the store and he has a price in mind. He looks at the talent and he says, okay, this is what your talent is worth. Oh, you think it's worth more? Okay, next. Okay, next. Oh, no, we're not spending that. Next. And you know what? Because of, this is the thing, man. Because of what's been happening with these injuries, especially Jimmy Butler, he ruining it for a lot of NBA players. I'm telling you, what you're seeing now is you're not going to see a whole lot of 5-year deals. You're going to see a lot of 3-year deals, 2-year deals, 4-year deals. And the 4-year deals are going to be guys with very high upside. You're going to see a lot of 2, 3, and 4-year deals. Very few teams are going to be willing to put 5 years on the hook for a guy that's going to spend half the season injured and not show up when you need him. No, it's going to be, especially when the money's guaranteed. That's one thing the Players Association is not giving up that the NBA has is the guaranteed money. Even in football, one of the biggest, I could never understand why a guy would want to play pro football if he could play baseball or basketball, because baseball and basketball, the money's guaranteed and your career lasts longer. So, but guys playing football, they got cut. That was the end of it. Done. Boom. You can't. But now, even in football, when a guy signs a deal, there's a certain amount of guaranteed money, right? Especially we know the quarterbacks, but even now running backs, when they sign a deal, they know they got X number of dollars guaranteed. So NBA players ain't giving up. The NBA Players Association ain't never giving up the guaranteed contract. That's going to remain for as long as there is an NBA. But what you're going to see is shorter deals, 2-year deals, 3-year deals. You're going to see that 2-3-year deals, maybe 4-year deals. If they're really young and really good and really high upside, you'll see a 4-year deal. But mostly it's going to be 2, 3, and 4-year deals. Okay. Just like what you just saw with, what did the Toronto Raptors just re-signed, gave an extension to Brandon Ingram, right? It was like, what was it, 3 years? I think it was 3 years, or was it 2 years? It was either 3 or 2 years to Brandon Ingram. He just got an extension with Toronto, which I wouldn't even give him that, but hey, that's whatever. That's their problem. 3-120. There you go. 3-120. Now, Brandon Ingram, how old is that young man? How old is he? Let me see. See, he better be in his mid-20s. If he's older than that, they just messed up. What's his deal? Let me see it. Brandon Ingram. Let's look up Brandon Ingram and see what is his deal. BI. A lot of people's like, well, we need to go get BI. Some of y'all just stop. You should stop using drugs. Let me see here. BI is born in 97. He is 27. He's going to be 28 in September. He's supposed to be coming into his prime. So you got him for 28, 29, 30. I guess that's all right. That's all right. That's not a horrible deal. I don't think it's horrible. It's all right. It's all right. I don't like how many games he's played for that. I mean, shoot. I don't know. He played 64 games last year, 45, 55, 61, 62. He's never played. The most he played his rookie year was 79 games. And that's good. But I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, you think so, HRM? He might. I wouldn't put it past Masai Ujiri. You ain't heard Masai Ujiri's name in a minute. He's one of them snakes in the grass. Just because you don't see him don't mean he can't rise up and bite you, right? Masai Ujiri, but everybody done caught up to his game. Just like Danny Ainge, Jack the Ripper, everybody done caught up to his game, but he still got over. I mean, he got a boatload for Donovan Mitchell. He got another boatload for a Gobert. He got his money worth for them two. Okay, he didn't give them away. Okay, so we'll see. PG got $211 million for 4 years. Does it? Did it? You talking about Paul George? Man, Daryl Morey need to be fired. He gave him that. Let me see here. See, I don't know how he still has a job. Wait, let me just make sure that what that man just quoted me is true. I'm looking at Spot right now. You don't cause me to look at that up. Let me see this here. This boy is 34 years old. 34 years old. Let me see what they gave him this boy. You telling me they gave him that much money at 34? The hell? Let me see here. You right. 4 years, $211 million with $211 million guaranteed. Man, bless PG-13. Bless him. But Daryl Morey need to be fired yesterday. Yesterday. How you going to give a 34-year-old dude that's injury prone, that ain't won nothing ever, $211 million? Are you crazy? Oh, my gosh. That's an idiot right there. Y'all should be thanking your stars. You got the Don as your dude. Are you kidding me? Oh, my gosh, man. Are you kidding me? No, I'm sorry. See, Daryl Morey's an idiot, but not all the GMs are that stupid now. Paul George, you should be giving your agent a bonus. Give your agent a bonus, baby. Make sure he got a new car or something, because he done hooked you up. There going, man. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Mark DeLeases is right. Daryl Morey is a freaking idiot. Oh, my gosh, man. Woo. Wow. Yeah, exactly. Richard Baptiste, you give the Lord will bless you. Give me 10%. The Lord will bless the 90%. please give to this ministry. We would not be here without your faithful support, brother. Please, man, hook a brother up with a piece of that change. They're gone, man. Wow, $211 million for this cat. Yeah, but OG's deal is 5 years, right? OG got 212 for 5 years. Paul George got it for 4 years. OG's 27 years old, as far as I know, right? So OG's deal makes more sense. It's a 5-year deal. Yeah, you extended yourself for 5 years now, but he's 27 years old, and he signed an extension. Let me just take a look what this boy signed. He signed an extension. He's 27 years old. So you got him locked up until you're 32 years old. And let me tell you something. At 27, he signed a 5-year, 212 and a half. So that makes more sense because you get OG now, OG, Gato, and who was the other guy? Well, you're going to have Precious or you're going to have Hart. You know, I think Precious should be the starting at the 4, but that's just me. I ain't going to argue with what Tibbs do, but I would prefer Precious Achiuwa start at the 4. Can you imagine though? But that team is built to be together in terms of OG Anunoby, Karl-Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson. That team is built, that core is going to stay together for at least the next 3 seasons. That you got that locked down for at least the next 3 seasons. You know, Karl-Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, and Jalen Brunson. And then watch, they're going to re-sign. They are definitely going to re-sign Mikal Bridges. Now, they got him locked up for 2 more years, $23 million this year and $25 million next year. And then he's unrestricted free agent. So you know they're going to extend him. They're definitely going to extend him. Josh Hart is locked up for the next 3 seasons. 18 this year, 19 next year, 21 in the 3rd year. So your team, because assuming they're going to re-sign Mikal Bridges, your team is together for at least 3 seasons, not including this one, 3 more seasons. So you got 3 more seasons of this Knicks team, and that's all I need, right? Some of us, like myself, been waiting a long time to be in a position to win a chip. We got something right now, and that's what I'm telling y'all. Make sure you re-sign Mitch Rob. Put his lanky behind on Mobb Deep, and we are good to go. Put his behind on Mobb Deep, and we good. You hear me? That's all I'm saying. You got Deuce McBride locked up, and you're going to have to extend him. Extend him next December. You ain't got to give him a ton. You got to give him at least a high-level, mid-level exception on the high side of a mid-level exception type deal, and you good. Now you got your team in place for the next 3 seasons. Cameron Payne, I love Cameron Payne, but if you're looking at Cameron Payne as a guy that you need to keep, you're not looking right. You can replace Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne type guys you can get any year. Okay, you can get guys like that any year, right? But if you want to keep him, fine. He ain't gonna cost you a lot. Cameron Payne ain't gonna cost you a lot. Shaman ain't gonna cost you a lot. You can get them for just above the vet minimum, and you're good. Okay, that's right. Leon is good. Don't mess with the Don, y'all. Y'all can't. Don't even. People was like bugging me for a couple of years. Why you calling the Don? He ain't done nothing yet. Well, now what? Now what? Now what? What? What that song say? Turn it down for what? What? Now what? Shoot. You ain't doing nothing yet. Why are you calling it down? Because I saw before your short-sighted fool saw. That's why. Too many Knick Nation people are short-sighted. Like short-sighted. Can't see past whatever. Stupid. Nah. You got to think long-term with the Don, because this is long-term sustainable winning we're trying to do here. We don't just want to be good for 1 year. We want to be good for the next 5 years. Right? Am I right about that? You don't want to be good for 1 year. 1 year for what? You want to be good for 5 years. The Knicks in position, man. Do their business for at least the next 3. And don't think that the Don locked in anything, because when you sign OG to a $200 million deal today, in 3 years, that equivalent is going to be over $300 million. And the $200 million will be more of a bargain type price if you needed to trade him in 3 years. The Don do it. Man, please. We good, y'all. We good. We good, man. We good. We good. We good. Yeah, we good. Yep. No, we good. Just let us be. Why would you say a guy that's been as injury prone as Mitch Robinson, you're going to put him back in the position to get hurt again? What is up with that? Don't you understand the boy's been hurt most of his career? Don't you understand that if you bring him off the bench, you have a better chance of keeping him playing? Why would you want him to start? That would be stupid. That would be like, let's invite him to just break his ankle. Let's do that. Let's invite him to just break his arm, his wrist, whatever. Let him fall and break his foot again. How about that? You want him to last as long as possible. That means bring him off the bench. Bring him off the bench. Let him play with Mobb Deep and Deuce in him. We're good. We're good. Can you imagine Mitchell Robinson playing against second units? Who's the backup center for Boston? Who's the backup center for Boston? I don't know. Who is it? Because you get Mitchell Robinson against him, or you get Mitchell Robinson against the backup center for Cleveland. Who's behind? And Jarrett Allen don't even want to see. He don't want no parts of Mitch Rob. He don't even want to smell his deodorant. So you get Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley and Tristan Thompson. And you're talking about Mitchell Robinson. Yeah, Luke Cornett. So how we like that matchup? Luke Cornett versus Mitchell Robinson. How you like it? How you like that matchup? Luke Cornett with Mitchell Robinson. That's what I'm saying. Oh, man. Mitch is supposed to be coming back soon, man. He's just running, getting ready for the next game. I'm hoping we get him Friday against Cleveland. We'll see. Yeah, well, the Knicks said they want him playing before March 1st. So anytime now, March 1st is what? Let's see. March 1st is how many? I'm trying to look at the calendar. March 1st is a Saturday. It's the Saturday after this coming Saturday. So this coming Saturday is the 22nd. The following Saturday is March 1st. So that means he's playing within the next 2 weeks. The Knicks said they want him playing before March 1st. So that means in the next 2 weeks, that's Mitchell Robinson. So I'm hoping we can get him Friday against Cleveland. Yes, they do. The Knicks have a lot of back-to-back games. As a matter of fact, the Knicks have a lot of back-to-back games. Let me see. They play this week back-to-back. Chicago on Thursday in the Garden, and then Saturday. No, Chicago on Thursday in the Garden, and then Friday at Cleveland. So they got a lot. They got a lot of back-to-back games. They got Cleveland and Chicago. They got the Lakers on the road with the Clippers, which is normally the case because they play in the same city. Then you got let's see what else. You got the San Antonio Spurs back-to-back with the Charlotte Hornets in March. You got what else? I see. You got Philly at Garden, then at Cleveland in April. So they got a number of back-to-backs. They still got 1, 2, 3, and then they got home against Dallas, home against the Clippers. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. I'm seeing 4 more back-to-backs. Tell me if y'all see different. I'm seeing 4 more back-to-backs. 20th and 21st of February. They got March 6th and 7th. That's 2. They got March 19th and 20th. That's 3. They got March 25th and 26th. That's 4. They got April 1st and 2nd. That's 5. They got April 5th and 6th. That's 6. They got April 10th and 11th. That's 7. They got 7 more back-to-backs. They got 7 more back-to-backs. 7 more back-to-backs. Yeah, so they got a lot of back-to-backs. Now, by the time you're in April, things should be shaped out the way they're going to be for the playoffs. So I don't expect them to be playing a whole bunch of starters minutes April 10th and 11th when they're at Detroit and then Cleveland at home. Unless, the second seed is up for grabs. But we'll see. Yeah, so let's see. But they got Cleveland a number of times. They got 1, 2. They got at least 3 games against Cleveland. 3. 1. Let's see. They got 3 games against Cleveland coming up. How many times they got Boston? They got Boston on February 23rd. That's a week from today. That's going to be a big game. Any game against Boston is a big game. They got Boston twice coming down the stretch. So they got Boston twice. They got Cleveland 3 times. So here we go, y'all. We need Mitch Rob back. Let's get back Friday against Cleveland. I'm hoping we can get him back Friday against Cleveland. That would be nice, man. That'd be nice. Okay. Yeah. So let's see. Let's see what happens. The Knicks going to be all right. See, that's what I'm saying, right? They're going to be okay. What's going to be a key thing is getting Mitchell Robinson, and now you're going to have a healthy Precious, a healthy Deuce, a healthy Mitchell Robinson. I don't know. The only question mark in my mind is, 2. Is Precious going to start instead of Josh Hart? Mitch Rob is not starting, so y'all can get rid of that pipe dream right now. Pipe dream. He's not starting. But is Precious going to start? And the reason I would say that is because look what Precious just did last week. What was the last game? 26 points? 26 points, 8 boards for Precious Achiuwa. Did y'all dig that? 26 and 8. And I feel like I've always felt like the more minutes you give Precious Achiuwa, the more production you're going to get. So, against Atlanta, he played 42 minutes. 12 of 16 from the floor, 26 points, 8 boards, 3 offensive rebounds. I would not mind starting Precious Achiuwa. And the reason we have that freedom is because you will have Mitch Rob in the second unit, and you bring Josh Hart off the bench with Mitchell Robinson. And look, both Josh Hart and Mitchell Robinson will have no problem coming off the bench. You're not going to get any complaints from them. They're not going to be complaining about playing time. Okay. They're not going to be complaining about playing time. So I would love to see Precious start with Cat and OG along the front line. And then you got Mikal Bridges at the 2. I would not mind that at all. So I'm hoping they do that. I don't mind Josh Hart continuing to start either, but I'm thinking if you want to take full advantage of the height that you have and the rebounding, prowess that you have, you probably want to bring Mitchell Robinson in with a guy like Josh Hart, an energy guy that gets boards, with Mitchell Robinson getting offensive boards as well. So, I like Precious upside. I always did. And when the Knicks got him, I knew that he eventually is going to get a 3-point shot. He already had pretty good handle. Y'all notice he could dribble the ball up. He could run a break if you want him to. But he could do that, So he already got handle. He already got tremendous rebounding abilities, defensive abilities, and he can close around the rim. He loves shooting close to the rim. So Precious got upside. That's the guy you want to keep. That's the guy you want to keep. I'm not sure. What is he available for? Does anybody know what Precious Achiuwa is available to sign? Like, I know he's going to be an unrestricted free agent after this year, but what can they sign? What are they limited to sign him? I don't know. What is their limit? Because the unrestricted free agent number that is showing on Spot Rack is $11 million a year. $11 million. Oh, the $11 million is not going to be a problem. The Knicks can create that. Not only that, isn't the cap going up for this coming season, the next season? Doesn't the cap rise? So if the cap is going to rise, let's go 25, 26. The cap's going to rise. So let's see. So the cap is for 25, 26, $226 million. So I'm thinking you can get cap back. You can get Cat back, a Precious back, and I think you're good. They got their second apron as of right now is 11.5. I think they can get him back. And they'd have to probably cut somebody because they got to get Mikal Bridges signed. But see, Mikal Bridges is an extension, so he's under contract for another season. So you really don't have to worry about Mikal Bridges. I mean, you want to extend him this summer, but his money won't count against the cap until 25, 26. Yeah, his money won't count against the cap until 25, 26. So in 25, 26, the cap number should be somewhere in the 230 or $40 million range. Let's take a look at that. 26, 27. 26, 27. Let's take a look at that number. So all right, so they got a $239 million cap for 26, 27. That's when Mikal Bridges' new money was kicking. Yeah. No, Ms. Stevenson. Mitch Rob is going to be, especially, this is another reason. Ms. Stevenson brings up a good point. Well, he messed with the chemistry. Not if you're bringing him off the bench. If you want to start him, that changes the whole chemistry. That's another problem that I see. If you start Precious Achiuwa, you don't do nothing to the chemistry, right? Precious could start. That's no problem. He doesn't change what Gato does. He doesn't change what OG does. He enhances it. But if you add Mitchell Robinson to the starting unit at the 5, that changes the chemistry. It does. That's a whole different type of thing. Now you got to have Gato suddenly, and I mean quickly, play the 4. I'm not saying he can't do it, but why would you want to mess with your chemistry? Bring him off the bench and mob deep. So now you got Deuce, Mitch, and I would say Josh Hart, and whoever you want between Payne and Shaman. And you could put any of them starters with them. Any of them. You could put anybody from Brunson to Gato, anybody you want, and it's going to be fine. Yes, so I would bring Mitchell Robinson off the bench for multiple reasons. That's another one Ms. Stevenson just brought up. So the chemistry situation is for legit. You don't want to mess with your chemistry right now. Then you got longevity issues with Mitch, so you can now have him coming off the bench, and he's going to be playing against second units. He'll be really good, and he reduces chance of injury. Plus, with that crew, man, you're talking about Mitchell Robinson, Deuce McBride, Josh Hart. That's a hell of a crew coming off the bench, man. That's a hell of a crew coming off the bench, man. So, no, Bridges is not in a slump. I think New York Knicks Nation is overly analyzing Mikal Bridges. He's averaging 18 points a game. If the season started and I said your 2 guards are going to average 18 points a game and not miss a game, would you be happy? Seriously. If I said at the beginning of the season, your 2 guard is going to average 18 points a game and not miss a game and play stellar defense, would you be happy? See? So that's all I'm saying. I think Knicks Nation overly analyzes their players and is overly critical of their players. Overly critical, okay? It's almost like they expect the players to play perfectly every game, and when they don't, they need to be traded. That's what people think. Or that Tibbs is supposed to make the perfect moves every time in every game, or he's a bad coach. It's ridiculous. So I love the way Mikal Bridges is playing ball, and let me tell you something else about Mikal Bridges. You're really going to be happy with him come playoff time. You're really going to be happy with him come playoff time. He is a big-time playoff guy. He is a big-time playoff guy. In a playoff atmosphere, you're going to be happy you got Mikal Bridges. Very happy. Okay, so let's see. I hope you're right, Gilford McCormick. I have no problem. I want to see Shaman God too. Bring him. No, all Mikal got to do is keep doing what he's doing, and we good. He just does a couple of turnovers that drive me crazy sometimes. But overall, I got no problem with Mikal Bridges. No problem at all with him. I don't mind him at all. I like him just as he is. Just keep balling. Don't miss no games. Keep playing defense. Can he lock everybody down? No, he's not locking everybody down. But it is the league, right? But he's playing really good ball. For the most part, he plays the other team's best offensive player. He's doing a good job. Keep him going, man. Just keep it going, baby. Keep it going. Keep it going, Mr. Bridges. Good afternoon, Mr. Costin. How are you doing, sir? And so, yes, I like what we got from Mikal. I'm not complaining. I don't think he's in no slump. I think he's good. He's going to be good. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Stevenson. He's going to be all right. Just leave him alone. Let him do his thing. You know, it's 2 guard. That's it. You're the 2 guard. Go out there. Jalen Brunson is the point guard. You're the 2 guard. Gato's the 5. Y'all go play. That's it. I'm doing good, Corey Lindsay. Salute. Thank you. I'm doing real well today. I didn't feel like going out shooting today, so I skipped it. I didn't even realize I had set it up for me to go to the range today. Must have did it months ago or something. But mom said, "Oh, you got 2 hours at the range today." I said, "I don't feel like going today." So I just took it easy today, so I'm chilling. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Here we come. So the Knicks are getting ready for the stretch run. Yes, they are. Well, I'm kind of glad you guys couldn't make it organic because, as it turns out, I was talking to my wife. I said, I don't feel like going outside today. I'm just going to chill. I might go for a walk. I'm definitely going to try to get me a workout in at some point today. But right now, just chill, man. Just chill. Just chilling today. Especially since I got off tomorrow for President's Day. Yeah. Oh, Corey Lindsay, thank you, man. I appreciate the love, man. Always good to have love. Love is always a good thing. Nothing wrong with love. Yes, I like love. Love is good. You hear me? I'm good with love. Hate, different story. Different story. Different story, y'all. Different story. Yeah, so we're getting ready for the stretch run. Nah, we had a little bit this morning, Guilford McCormick, but we don't have none now. It looks a little cloudy, but we good. 80 degrees. What is it, like 85, 80, something like that? Man, we good, man. I'm hearing people getting below zero and single digits. Shoot, we ain't seeing nothing like that here. We good. Yeah, I know, Glenn. It's 83 right now, right here where I'm at, 83 degrees. We good. High 84. I ain't got no problems. I cannot complain. Here I am in February, and it's 83 degrees. I ain't got no complaints. Zero. None. None. Yeah, Glenn Costin, me too, bro. I'm hoping he's back. I'm hoping he's back for well, Corey Lindsay, I grew up in New York, so that's one thing, y'all know. And I was in the blizzard of, what was it? The blizzard of 75, something like that, 76. I was there when that ice storm. I was standing at the bus stop, not realizing they canceled school. Ice hit me. I'm like, what the heck, man? Went back inside. That was, yeah. And then I had the nerve to move to New Hampshire. 5 years of that. You want to talk about winter? You ain't seen winter till you've been in New Hampshire winter. You ain't seen winter. Yup, Deuce is about to be a daddy. I gotta say, Deuce got some good taste too. Daggone. That's that Brazilian taste. Deuce got some good taste. My man. I knew I liked Deuce. I knew I liked that boy. I knew I liked everything about Deuce McBride. I like Mr. McBride. He doing good, man. He doing good on all fronts. Hopefully now he get that extension. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that extension done for December, y'all. Let's do that. Get Deuce up there. Lock that boy down. He won't be a daddy. He need to feed his family. That's right. He need to feed his family. My understanding is he already knows the sex. I think he's calling the boy Ace already. I think he's calling him Ace. Oh, man. I was in Minnesota for the Knicks game. It was cold, man. I ain't joking. It was cold, man. I ain't even want to come down to the lobby of the hotel. It was cold. Shoot. Dad, that's ridiculous. But New Hampshire ain't no joke. I ain't fronting, man. One year I was in New Hampshire. We got 12 inches of snow in October. And every week we got 5, 6, 7, 8 inches of snow, sometimes 20, all the way to May. No joke. My kids was like, Daddy, when are we going to see the grass again? Yeah, well, as soon as the snow break, shoot. Yeah, so. Nah, Jabroni, they were just on Instagram yesterday. They ain't break up. They together. He with the Brazilian beauty. I forgot her name, but Deuce got good taste. Really. Deuce got real good taste. Yeah. It is cold, man. I ain't front. That's why a lot of players want to come to Miami. They like Miami. Playing for Pat Riley, a long-term sustainable winner, and you in Miami. If you live in Lodge, if you on a millionaire tip in Miami, you on a different level. You ain't like the rest of us. You living differently when you're on a millionaire tip in Miami. You don't have to touch the ground. You living above everything. See, so that's that. That's that. Matter of fact, y'all see Josh Hart when he did the Zoom call. I forgot who was he talking to? Oh, our girl there. I forgot her name. The ESPN, the BSPN baby. I forgot her name. But he was in Miami. He said, you see my background, right? I'm in Miami right now. What's that girl name, man? She seen the Hate Brothers. What's her name? I forgot her name. But the BSPN chick. Yeah. So, yeah. No, Glenn, I don't get into the All-Star festivities, honestly. I can understand why they have them. I'm glad they do them. Yeah, Malika, right? Malika's a pretty girl, man. She need to be easy on the brothers a little bit, but she a pretty girl, man. They ain't gonna front. She a pretty girl. She don't know anything about basketball, but sorry. Yeah, no state tax in Florida. Man, the first year I was here, that hit me, man. I didn't realize it until all of a sudden I seen the paycheck go up. I was like, oh shoot, that's right. No income tax here. See, in Virginia, you got state tax to pay, but not in Florida, you don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's New York state of mind. That's what I'm saying. She buy into the anti-Nick BS that they be pushing out there. McClung won the dunk contest again. Oh, good for him. Good for him. It just goes to show you could be able to jump out the gym. Don't mean you could play in the NBA. You could be able to dunk like crazy. That don't mean you could ball in the NBA. McClung is a good example of that. So he's won how many now? How many dunk contests McClung won and can't stick with an NBA team? He can't stick. It just goes to show you could dunk. That don't mean you could ball. It just means you could dunk. Okay. The Knicks had a guy that was drafted second overall out of Arizona named Williams a few years back. That boy had ups and a half and couldn't stick on the NBA team. See, you got to be able to ball, man. You got to have skills aside from being able to just jump. You got to have skills in the league. Okay. I don't think Derek Williams, that's right. I don't think Jalen Brunson will win any dunk contest. But I think we can all agree Jalen Brunson's a bad boy, right? Jalen Brunson's a bad boy. See, that's because of skills. You got to have some skills. What KRS once said, build your skills. Yeah, build your skills. Jumping is nice. Great. Build your skills. You better bring something else aside from being able to leap. Everybody can leap now. The league is filled with guys that could touch the backboard or top of the backboard and all that, but build your skills. Yeah. So, yeah, Chiefs didn't win 3 straight. McClung won his 3 straight, but I think the Chiefs guys I think Mahomes is making more money than McClung. What you think? I think Mahomes got more guaranteed money than McClung. I think McClung wouldn't mind having, a month's pay from Patrick Mahomes. I don't think McClung would mind that at all. McClung playing G League. You know what I mean? So, anyway, you got to bring some skills to the league. You can't just jump. You got to bring some skills. Good for McClung. I don't know. How much money does he win? Do y'all know? How much money he win for winning the dunk contest? Like what? What did he win? They do get money for winning, don't they? I thought they did. How much money do you get? That's all? Wait, get out of here. HR, that's it? $100,000. Then he got to pay half that in taxes. Shoot. Poor guy, man. Dang. Well, I'm glad that he won. Shoot. They're gone. 100,000. Now you're going to call me. Let me Google this, man. How much do you get how much does the player get winning it in dunk contest? $105,000. Daggone. They should give him more money than that. They should give him more money. $105,000. See, the problem with McClung, yeah, I know he was coached by you at Georgetown, right? But the problem with McClung, it happens to a lot of guys. This is the danger of looking at a guy when he's in 8th grade and expecting that he's going to continue a linear projection in terms of development. Some guys just develop quickly, and some guys develop later. So, for example, Obi Toppin didn't start developing until he was a junior in high school, right? Same with Anthony Davis. Some guys develop later. Then there are guys that develop very quickly. If y'all remember Felipe Lopez from New York, played for St. John. They were looking at him as the next big thing when he was 15 and 16 years old. But the problem was he never developed much past that. That was the height for him. I always think of my brother. My brother was 6'1" when he was 12. He was a starting center on the junior high team. He averaged 44 points a game. He never grew anymore. So that by the time he got to high school, he was a guard, just another guard. He wasn't no big guy like he was in 7th grade, right? So sometimes guys develop real fast, and like Felipe Lopez, he developed real good. When he was 16, everybody was after him, but he never really got better. From 16, he was the same when he was at St. John's. He never went to the next level. Everybody was expecting him to go to the next level. It doesn't always happen that way. Anthony Davis grew late. By the time he was sophomore in high school, he started growing. Doesn't happen every day. Dennis Rodman was 5'9", 5'10" when he was 14 years old. And then all of a sudden went to 6'6" when he was 17 or 18. It just, sometimes people just develop later, So guy like McClung, he was a god when he was like 16. Right? Y'all remember they were doing high school stuff about him. This kid's going to be the next big thing. And I thought so too. He looked like that type of dude, man. I mean, when he was coming out of high school, am I lying? I think he was top 10 for our recruits, right? He was top 10. I think McClung was one of those dudes that you thought, oh man, this is going to be good. He's a white dude too. He's going to be really good. He's going to help the league. But then when he got to Georgetown, that was it. His growth stopped. His physical development, his skill development stopped when he got to Georgetown. That was it. Sometimes it happens like that. Really. And it's hard to tell. It really is hard to tell. One of the things that I tell people when you're looking at players in college, how old are they? Like a lot of people were looking at Chris Duarte, including myself. But my problem was he was going to be 24 when he came out. When you get a guy that's 24, that's a different than the same guy that's 20. If a guy is 20 and a guy is 24 and they're both playing college ball, the guy that's 20 has more upside. Your risk is drafting the guy that's 24, you might be seeing the best of him. Okay, that's what I'm saying. And when guys are being drafted in the lottery, one of the things every team wants is upside. One of the things every team is looking for in a lottery pick is upside. They want a guy that they can put in, especially a top 10 guy that they can play right away, but they're looking for upside. Jaden Ivey, I think he was picked 8th out of Purdue, right? Jalen Ivey picked like 8th, I think. And so what was it? Upside. He had upside, right? And so he was a little shaky at first. His rookie year, he showed that speed that everybody knew he had. Then his second year in the league, he was a little shaky. But then this year, before he got hurt, Jaden Ivey was balling, man. So that's what you're looking for. That's what you want. When you're a GM and you're drafting a young dude, you're looking for upside. What you don't want is Chris Duarte. He's really good. I liked him. I wanted the Knicks to get him when he came out. He was polished. That's the problem, though. He wasn't going to get any better. When he got drafted by Indiana, that was his peak. He wasn't going to get any better. That's it. Okay, there was no more upside, and that's the risk you take with guys that play 4 or 5 years. What you're getting, for example, Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson played 4 years at North Carolina. He came out and played for Phoenix and was solid. But see, you're not looking for him to be a superstar. You're looking for him to be a solid NBA player, and he is. That's what he is. You would never mistake Cam Johnson for a superstar, but he is a solid NBA player. He's a surefire NBA pro-level shooter. He can get his shot off in the league. That's what you want. See? That's what you want. You're never a superstar. Don't put too much money in a guy that's older. You can get solid guys, especially if they can get their shot off in the league. That's big. Big time. You can get your shot off. Okay, you can hit a shot in the NBA level. Okay, you can ball. Can you play a little defense? Like, the guy that Cleveland has, Sam Merrill. Sam Merrill can't play no defense, right? He played 4 years, but he could shoot, right? And he could shoot at the NBA level, right? Y'all seen Sam Merrill for Cleveland. Sam Merrill could shoot, all right? He could shoot. There's no doubt about it. He's an NBA level shooter, okay? He plays some defense, but you're not drafting him. You're not putting him on the floor for defense. If he was playing for Tibbs, he gets subbed out for defense. But shooting, he could shoot. But and he's not going to get any better than he is right now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Duarte, he don't have the level of quickness, speed, shooting ability that you need to stay in the league. There's no upside. Sam Merrill is in the league. I think Sam Merrill got a contract. Didn't he get a nice contract too? Sam Merrill got paid. Let me see here. Let me look up Sam Merrill. Let me how much money that boy making. So he's a pro. He's a legit pro level NBA shooter. Oh, they ain't paying him nothing either. Look at this. He signed a 3-year, $5 million deal. That's what he signed. And he's a legit NBA level shooter, but that's it. So when he come out, I think he went to Utah State, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody can correct me. I think he came out of Utah State, something like that. So when he come out, he could shoot. He was able to stick, and he still sticks because he could shoot. Okay, you're never going to mistake him for a star in the NBA, but he can shoot. Okay, he can shoot. What's up, Simply Just? Simply Just asked about the All-Star game. We did talk about that before you came in, but I'll repeat it since you just came in. What's up, man? So, like I said, the All-Star weekend is designed to give the NBA players rest. The rest will reduce the risk of injury. The lower risk of injury during the second half of the season, you're coming into the playoffs, will help the product of the NBA be more viable, more valuable product. So what they want to do, though, even though they're trying to give guys like Josh Hart a rest, what you want to do is you want to still make money. The Rising Stars is an excellent way to do that. I think they created like a tournament. Am I right about that? With the Rising Stars, you had several teams and you had a tournament. That's how you make money. Again, and then you got a dunk contest. Okay, you got a dunk contest. McClung won that. It's kind of boring, but then you got the game. Now, you don't want your stars to get hurt in an all-star game. You don't want that. But, so I like what they're doing. To answer your question simply just for what they're trying to achieve, I like it. I like what they're trying to achieve. Give the players rest, make money on your young guys that don't get no minutes, that don't get a whole bunch of minutes as rookies in second year, and give the guys rest for the stretch run. I like what they're trying to do there. I'm not complaining about the All-Star game. I hope they keep it just like that. I like it. I'm not interested in it, but whatever. The last time I was interested in the Rising Stars game, I think Frank Ntilikina played. That was the last time I was interested. Frank Ntilikina played. So we'll see. New York State of Mind. Like, I think we can agree. I'm going to say New York, you'll agree with me. There are some analysts that need to have something to say, even if there's nothing to say. Is that correct? There's some analysts that need to have something to say, even if there's really nothing to say. They got to create something, I am not, Corey Lindsay, I am not as in love with the college game as I was before the NIL stuff came out. I think the NIL stuff hurt the game. It hurt the game in terms of discipline. It hurt the discipline of the college game. College players need to learn discipline. And if they can get paid $250,000 for leaving your program from the $100,000 you're paying them and go to another program, now they become prima donnas. That's not cool. Thanks for the $5, Keith Block. Celtics think they have the Knicks number, but that's going to be their downfall. I hope they do think that, Keith Block. I hope they do. Let them be overconfident. Let them be overconfident and let us have a healthy OG and a healthy Mitchell Robinson. Let's do that. I'd like to see that. What's up, Jay Supreme, my man? Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I love watching the talent of college basketball, and I think I do a pretty good job of picking out guys that can be pros. That's college players. But in terms of the game itself, I think that NIL, and I'm not opposed to guys getting paid. I remember being at games with Marcus Camby when he was at UMass, and he wore number 21. And they pretty much built a new stadium for the UMass team based on him selling number 21 jerseys. Okay. And I was like, dude, why ain't he should get some money for that, right? Because without him, they wouldn't have built that new gym. But so now I was glad to see now players getting money. So it's good. But, That's why even if you saw the Roommate show with Tyler Kolek, he was like, everybody knows if you don't like a program, you can get money, and people are always trying to recruit you to get you more money. Did you hear what Rick Pitino said this past couple of days ago? He said, we're paying this kid a lot of money. The guy that transferred I think he transferred from Seton Hall, and he's going to St. John's. And he said he better play because we're paying him a lot of money. I was like, dang, to hear a college coach talk like that, I'm still not used to that. We're paying him a lot of money. He just openly said that, but because that's the way the game is now. He said he better play good. We're paying him a lot of money. That sounds like a massa. That sounds like massa. He kind of lost me a little bit on that. That sounds like massa. Boy, you better get out in that field. I paid a lot of money for you, boy. I was like, wow, man, damn. You pay him a lot of money, you better play. I was like, damn. So anyway. Boy, get out in that field paying you a lot of money. Yes, master. Yeah. So I don't like that. That's what it's doing. I still think your NCAA tournament is competitive, and and that's still, it's the competition of the tournament. It's still the comp. It's even higher now. In that regard, it's better because players want to win. They want a chance to get more money and all that. But yeah, it's tough, man. Even though, in a sense, what Cooper Flagg said this week was interesting. If it's true, he said, I might stay another year. You know why he could say that? I don't know how much they're paying him, but he's getting good money to go to Duke. He's getting good money. I don't know if it's $1 million. I don't know what they're paying him. But between his jersey, between his sneakers, any other endorsement money, Cooper Flagg's getting paid. So now he can say, you know what? My family can wait one more year. I want to see if I can win an NCAA championship. That's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool. Yeah, in other words, and that's what he said, though. I read that. I couldn't believe he said that. We're paying him a lot of money. He wouldn't have come. We had to beat out Seton Hall's money for him to come to St. John's. That's what he said. And he said he better play good. We're paying him a lot of money. I was like, damn, dude. That's what he said. Tino, you little slave master. Like, man, get out of here, man. Shit. But anyway, get out there and play, boy. I don't want to hear about no sprained ankle, boy. We're paying you a lot of money. We ain't paying you to sit. Go out there and ball now. Damn. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but so to answer the question, I think Corey Lindsay has, I don't like it as much. But at the same time, I understand. See, it's not my favorite thing, but I understand. I wouldn't want to give up the boys to give up their money. They balling, let them ball. Girls too. Girls especially. Girls ain't, the WNBA is losing money, continually losing money. Ain't nobody watching. So, but the college girls game, I'm going to say straight out, is more popular than the pro girls game. The college girls game. Who is it? Was it UCLA? No, USC signed his sister, young sister. And she went out there and she dogged up UCLA the other day. And she signed a big deal, a big NIL deal. So I like the women's side for the girls on the college side. To me, that's a bigger game. When your girl there, Caitlin, was in college. Boy, Iowa owe her everything, man. That girl was filling the stadium. They were going crazy for Caitlin at Iowa. They're trying to push her for the league, for the WNBA league, but it's not as popular. It's just not as popular. They're doing better, though. I got to give it to them. They doing better. They're doing better. And I'm liking to see the young girls, in college get their money. I'm liking to see them get their money. The Juju Watkins, yeah, if you see USC, she was killing against UCLA the other day. Killing. I was like, damn, just do everything for them. Keep rocking. Thanks for the $5. Today's college players are not fundamentally. That's exactly right. And you know why? Because they don't get coached. And why? Because they don't tell the coaches, look, you keep messing with me, I'm transferring. There you go. That's why I want to see. That's why what hurt me is to see a guy like Woodson stop coaching Indiana. And that has something to do with that. Or a guy like Richard Hamilton leave Florida State. That's a problem. You're losing coaching talent that can develop NBA players. That's the way I'm looking at it. Richard Hamilton, to me, I've always felt he's one of the best college coaches because he sends his guys prepared to play NBA level defense when they come out of Florida State. Like I said, Jonathan Isaac, Scotty Barnes, they are ready to play NBA level defense when they come out of Florida State. Devin Vassell, the dude that just went to Atlanta from the Clippers, they're all ready to play NBA level defense. That's hard to do, man, and he has them ready. TJ Warren, I think Knicks Nation is getting a little bit too orgasmic on TJ Warren. I really do. I mean, some dude was arguing with me about him being the 15th man. He needs to be 15th man. Well, first of all, why are we talking about the 15th man? Like in Tibbs' rotation, does the 15th man play? And let me ask you a question. When there's garbage time, do you want to see TJ Warren get garbage minutes, or do you want to see Pacome Daddier, when he's healthy, get garbage minutes? Do you want to see Porty get the garbage minutes, or Tyler Kolek, or do you want to see TJ Warren get the garbage? I'd rather see one of the rookies get the garbage minutes. So TJ Warren has not been healthy his entire NBA career, which is not just started yesterday. He didn't just start yesterday. TJ Warren been around a minute. I mean, he really has. He's been, let me see. He's at least, let me see. Yeah, he came in league 2015. What's that? 10 years. 10 years he's been in the league. So he's been in the league 10 years. 40 games as rookie year, 47, 66, 65, 67 games in 2019, 42, 26, 16, 11. I don't care if he's killing the G League. I don't care. I ain't putting no serious guaranteed money behind TJ Warren, and I'm not depending on him to help me win the NBA championship. I'm sorry. No. So I'm glad for the brother. I hope somebody signs him to a 4-year deal and gives him as much money as he could get. But no, I'm not. I'd rather see the rookies get the time that you would be giving to him. Let me see who Porty. Let me see Kolek. Let me see Daddy. And y'all know I ain't high on no daggone rookies, but that's how I'm feeling about TJ Warren. Yeah, he busting 40 points a game in the G League. Okay. We got a 10-man rotation. Okay. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it when people are like, well, we need to put him in the rotation for a few minutes. And I'd be like, did you think about that stupid question or that stupid suggestion you just made? Like, whose minutes is he going to take? You want him to take Precious minutes? You want him to take Precious minutes so we can get TJ Warren some fun? Oh, you want him to take Deuce's minutes? Come on, man. And them dude kept going back. I said, dude, what are you doing? Why are we going back and forth about a guy that you admit is going to be the 15th man if he gets to the regular roster anyway? Why are you wasting my time? I hate wasting time. Daggone, I hate. Why are we even talking about him? Come on, man. What, because he got 47? Good. How old is he again? Let me just make. Is he over 30? How old is this cat that everybody's tripping about? Oh, he's 31. He's going to be 32. He's 31 years old. See, when Deuce McBride was 20 and he got 40 points in the G League game, now you're talking about something. Why? Because he's 20. That means he's got upside. Let me ask you a question. Do you seriously think that TJ Warren has upside? No, does he have upside? Like, how much better is he going to get? First of all, can he play 20 games without getting hurt? And then second of all, you know who made the mistake? Let me just see. Somebody gave him some nice money one year. Who is it? Was it Phoenix? No, Phoenix gave him some nice money. Then he went to Indiana and he got nice money in Indiana. Played a whole 2 seasons in Indiana. Was it 2? Yes, he played 2 seasons. Total of 71 games for all that money he got. Good for the brother. But hell no, I'm not getting on the hook for nobody like that. Are you crazy? You must be crazy. You know, man. Yeah, no. When you're talking about long-term, sustainable winning, you have to set your team up for long-term, sustainable winning. You do not just plug somebody in because they're playing real good in the G League. See, if this was high school and TJ Warren was getting 40 points on the JV, you bring him up to the varsity. If this was college and TJ Warren was a freshman, he was lighting up your starters in practice, you You put them in a rotation. But this ain't high school. This ain't college. This is the league. And the Knicks are built to win long term. Long term. Right? So I'm glad the brother's going 40 a game in G League. But it don't mean nothing now. Okay. Great. Happy 32nd birthday. Like I said, I hope. Oh, wait. Vision Z, let me ask you a question. This is your first year watching the Knicks? I'm just asking. Is this the first year, Vision Z, that you're watching the Knicks play basketball? Is this the first year that you're tuning in to pay attention? Because if you've actually been paying any attention at all, any, Tibbs, this is his 5th year coaching the Knicks. And there's nothing in his background that says he's going to replace either Shamet or Payne with TJ Warren. That ain't going to happen. If you know anything at all, even a little bit, you know that ain't going to happen. So why would you say something so stupid? Come on, man. Stop it. First of all, to play for Tom Thibodeau, he must trust you. Is that correct? Do I get agreement? Do I get general consensus in order to have any chance of playing basketball for Tom Thibodeau? He must trust you. He must trust you. Number one, you don't just get that trust off the bat. Number two, you must have a consistent history of being available. See, there's some exceptions to that rule. One exception. His name is Mitchell Robinson. Tom Thibodeau loves Mitchell Robinson. So, yeah. But other than Mitchell Robinson, who is the exception to the rule, you must have a history of being available. Ask Frank Ntilikina, the Mr. Growing Pole in the second. Ask Cam Reddish. You must be available. When he calls on you, you must be ready. Don't let him have to call on you and you're hurt. He may not ever call on you again. So with that in mind, Tom Thibodeau, being a student of the NBA game, he is, all the players, even the ones that hate him, will tell you he's the most meticulously prepared coach in the game. So a guy like that, do you not think that he already knows about TJ Warren? Do you not think that he already knows TJ Warren is hurt a lot? You think he will trust TJ Warren? Now, let me give you a scenario where TJ Warren will play. You want to see? Here's a scenario where TJ Warren would get minutes. Payne is out for an extended time, let's say 3 or 4 weeks. Deuce is out for 3 or 4 weeks. And Shamet is out for 3 or 4 weeks. Then you're going to get TJ Warren. That's how you get him. Okay? All 3 of those guys got to be out for an extended time. If Deuce is healthy with Precious and you got Mitchell Robinson coming back, you can forget. You can forget it. Tibbs will go with them 8 with the starters, and that's it. Now, if Deuce is hurt, God forbid. Shamet Payne is hurt, God forbid. And Shamet and Payne and Shamet both hurt, God forbid. TJ Warren, here he comes. There you go. And I'm going to tell you something else. You ready? He will play DeLon Wright before he plays TJ Warren. Oh, y'all forgot about DeLon Wright. Oh, yeah. No. He will play DeLon Wright before he plays TJ Warren because DeLon Wright is available and he plays defense. He'll play DeLon Wright. And even for DeLon Wright to get minutes, those 3 guys got to be hurt. They got to be hurt. Otherwise, forget it. He'll get garbage time. He put DeLon Wright in garbage time before he even put Kolek in there the other day. He likes DeLon Wright. But there's no minutes for him. Okay? There's no minutes. He's going to give Deuce the available minutes at both guard spots, 2 and point. And he's been doing that. And then when Deuce is not getting minutes, let's take the last game was not the last game, the game before that, because Deuce got hurt the last game. But let's look at the game before that when Deuce was 4 for 4 from the 3-point line. You know the game I'm talking about. They played Atlanta last game. It was Indiana. They played Indiana. And this is pretty typical. Now look at this now. Look at the box score. Look at the minutes distribution here. So Landry Shamet played 19 minutes. Deuce played 25 minutes. And Payne played 24 minutes. You started Precious Achiuwa in that game. And why? That's because OG Anunoby was hurt. When OG plays, Deuce is still going to get 24, 25 minutes, but either Payne or Shamet minutes are going to be reduced because you're going to have OG in there. And Precious is still getting his minutes, see? So you got to understand, when you're talking about playing a guy, you got to think who is going to lose minutes for the guy to play. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, all things being equal and everybody being healthy, Warren won't be playing, period. He just won't. And that's why at the beginning of the season, I had people telling me, Tyler Kolek is going to beat out Deuce for minutes. Tyler Kolek is so good. He's going to beat out Deuce, and he's going to be in the rotation. People were actually saying that. Some of y'all might have been last summer. Oh, did you see Kolek? Oh, man, Deuce might be the odd man out. I even saw that on Twitter. Deuce might be the odd man out. I couldn't believe what I was reading. I was like, are y'all crazy? I was like, what the hell? Now, I had one guy tell me, you know what? Look, the Knicks don't have anybody on the roster that could do what TJ Warren could do. I was like, dude, you got to be kidding me. And usually the stupid comments like that come from the same small group of people. So thank goodness they're not a lot of y'all. But wait, I said, he's not even on a regular roster. You don't think they know he's playing G League? And you're telling me there's nobody in the roster that could do what TJ Warren could do. Oh, you mean like get hurt all the time? Oh, yeah. I was like, daggone, man. It was killing me, man. Tyler Kolek is really good, man. I could see him being a sixth man. There were people on Twitter, Tyler Kolek is going to be the sixth man. I demand that he gets rotation man. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, man? This is not high school. This is not Robbie Benson. This is not that. This is the league, man. What? I was like, what, are you crazy? See, when the Knicks don't play for a long time, when there's no regular basketball, people start getting high a lot and they start getting all kind of delusional smoke in their head and saying some stupid things, man. It just happens, doesn't it? Really. This is crazy, but they're going, man. What's up, Jay Cruz? Peace, my man. Yeah, so, TJ Warren, nice. I hope some team, the Charlotte Hornets, pick him up for their stretch run for the, the tank. For their stretch run for the tank, start him, bring him in there, let him sign him to a 2-year, $6 million. Let him get nice. I hope the boy get paid, but please don't suggest that he play in the Knicks rotation or even the 15th man, unless you're trying to tell me you don't want to see Kolek get any minutes or Porty or Daddy. Yeah, man, summer comes and people start tripping, especially when free agent comes. The Knicks just blew it, man. They should have went and got Donovan Mitchell. I'd rather them have Precious Achiuwa and OG Anunoby right now, honestly. So we're good. And then here's Donovan Mitchell. Am I correct? This is his third season with Cleveland, right? This is his third season with Cleveland. So he's had 3 seasons with this same team, pretty much, right? For 3 years, you've had Evan Mobley, you had Jared Allen, you had Darius Garland for 3 years, and you've had Donovan Mitchell. And so they're really running away with the East right now. But look, they've been together 3 seasons. Why do everybody think the Knicks, if they're not like that right now, that there's something wrong with the Knicks, that we need to go trade people? That's the thing that kills me. We need to trade and go get this. We need this. We not go get a new forward. We need to go get a defensive. Like, come on, man. Stop it. I know, stupid A. Smith, man. I mean, dang. I can't even listen to him. The effort it takes for me to even put my ears to the sound is painful. I can't. I'd rather listen to Malika Andrews. I'd rather listen and watch Malika and Molly talk basketball than Stephen A. Stupid. Seriously. I ain't even joking. Give me Malika, Molly, and Perk. I'll listen to them. Don't give me Stephen A. Stupid. I don't even want to. Well, I hope you're right, Craig McQueen, but this is the thing. Don't disrespect Cleveland Cavaliers now. They are capable of beating the Knicks. Okay? This is not the same team. Again, this is Donovan Mitchell's 3rd year with that team. They're really good. Evan Mobley is now coming to become the Evan Mobley they drafted when he come out USC. And they went and got some big pieces in Max Strus, and we know they just traded for DeAndre Hunter. So don't sleep on Cleveland. I'm not saying the Knicks can't beat them, but I'm saying they could also beat the Knicks. So don't, all I'm saying is I'm rooting for the Knicks to beat them in 5. I hope, McQueen, I'm hoping you are a prophet and that you are right. I would love to see that. But I respect Cleveland. They're really good. I watched them play a few times, just watching them, just to scout them for myself. They are really good. And let me tell you something else. I love J.B. Bickerstaff. He's a really good coach. He's doing a tremendous job in Detroit right now. But that daggone Kenny Atkinson, man. Wow. I mean, when he was in Brooklyn, they had nothing. And he got them to playoff. And now he's in Cleveland with a real team. And they number 1 in the East. Kenny Atkinson's a hell of a coach. Period. End of story. He was my number 1 choice when the Knicks were looking for a coach. Tibbs was my second choice. As much as I love Mark Jackson, I was realistic, and I know that he's banned from the league. They didn't really say he's banned from the league, but I want you to notice nobody is hiring him. That's an obvious. They did the same thing we have seen it from time to time in the league. The first time we saw it was with Connie Hawkins. Some of you are too young to remember Connie Hawkins. He was one of the greatest talents to come into the NBA. And he got labeled, and they wouldn't sign him. His rookie year, he was 28 years old. Okay. Then they did it with Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. They blackballed Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. Some guys get blackballed for a good reason. There was a guy named Quentin Daly. See, I don't know why I remember this stuff, but Quentin Daly, he was bad. He played with Bill Cartwright at San Francisco. It was Quentin Daly, Bill Cartwright, and some other group. And Daly was the best player on that team. But he raped a girl. Okay. When he raped the girl and he got convicted of rape, that was the end of him. Okay. And he could ball, but they blackballed him. You can't have that in the league, right? And so Mahmoud simply would not. He was a Muslim and would not. First of all, Muslim now is different from Muslim then. In Muslim in 1990s, you was a terrorist, right? I mean, that's the way these people label you. So he was a terrorist and he wasn't into saluting the flag. I can't have no problem with that. But of course, there's certain demographics that make a lot of noise about that. Demographics that spend money on the NBA. So they blackballed Mahmoud. Mahmoud was this side of Stephen Curry greatness on shooting, man. There was no doubt about it. It is Corey Lindsey. Blackball is being banned without getting the label of being banned. What's the boy's name? What's the boy just got traded to Wiggins? Andrew Wiggins' father was banned from the NBA for cocaine. Andrew Wiggins' father, he could ball too. Andrew Wiggins could ball. Y'all know Andrew Wiggins. He come out of Kansas, went to Minnesota, then won a chip in Golden State. Now he's in Miami, right? Mitchell Wiggins was his father. Mitchell Wiggins could ball. He was officially banned from the league. John Lucas was officially banned from the league, both for cocaine. Banned, okay, from the league. That's different. When they don't officially announce you banned, but nobody's putting you on your team, it's the same result, blackball. You understand? Blackball. That's what they did. They did that to Mark Jackson. And why? Well, his certain stance on certain lifestyles caused the problem. How could you fire a guy that just got you 54 wins when your team sucked? How could you fire a guy that helped you in searching for talent, get Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry, and Draymond Green? And now they go to 54 wins from they was winning in the 20s or teens, and you fire him. He ain't coming back. So when the Knicks needed a coach, I know everybody was crying for Mark Jackson. I get it, but I knew realistically there's no shot. There's no shot. That's right, Jay Supreme. But there was no shot. If anybody's going to fight the league and do against what the league wants, it's James Dolan, right? I mean, right? If anybody's going to buck what the league wants, it's James Dolan. And if he ain't doing it, it ain't getting done. So that's all I'm saying. So I knew they wasn't hiring Mark Jackson. So my number one choice was Kenny Atkinson, and the next was Tom Thibodeau. And the Knicks would have been all right with either one. As you can see what Kenny Atkinson's doing right now. You see, so Kenny Atkinson's a hell of a coach, man. He really is. Well, it's just circumstance with Q-Dog. It's circumstance, Guilford. I mean, look, the Knicks, they had DiVincenzo. Then, so they gave him a chance in Detroit. Detroit was a good situation for him, but then Detroit sent him to Dallas so they can get vet, and they got Tim Hardaway Jr. from Dallas. Okay, so and he's fitting in very well in Detroit as that vet. Then he was in Dallas, and he was backing up Luka, and he was doing very well backing up Luka, but then Luka was traded. So now he's in Philly. I actually hope he stays in Philly because I can see him forming a nice starting backcourt once they get rid of PG-13 with Maxey. I would rebuild with Q-Dog and Maxey and go from there. And you know what, Go from McCormick? Let me ask you a question. Was that the first stupid mistake we've seen Dallas make? I mean, damn, they got rid of Jalen Brunson, and then they got rid of Kristaps Porzingis, and they got rid of Luka Doncic. Jalen Brunson, Kristaps Porzingis, Luka Doncic were all Dallas Mavericks, and all of them gone. That's a team that you do not want your team to have as management. There's no doubt, okay? That's a team that you don't want. Here, Kristaps Porzingis gets shipped out to Washington, and he's a free agent. He goes to Boston, and what does he have now? A ring. What do you have now? A ring. And Anthony Ambulance is hurt again. He got his ambulance limo with him. It came over to Dallas with him. It was waiting for him. And they brought him out, and he went home in the ambulance limo. He got the special ambulance limo. He is the PhD senior professor of Anthony Ambulance University. Oh, did Q-Dog get into it with Nico? Nico, man. If we see him in another NBA office, I would be surprised. I mean, Dallas fans were issuing death threats in this. Texas ain't that type of state you want to mess around in like that. See, that's what I was saying with emo player Udoka. You can't be just, you got to be careful down there in H-Town, man. That Texas, man, they don't play that down there, man. They just don't. And so Nico messed around and Fafo he did Fafo play on Luka. He Fafo, man. He Fafo. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't do that, man. You can't be messing around like that. I'm trying to say Felix. That's what I'm saying, Steven Felix. That's right. Yeah. He broke her. Ime Swirl. Ime Swirl, baby. Ime Swirl. Oh, yes. Carvel Swirl. Ime. Carvel. Is Carvel still around? I ain't had Carvel since I was a boy. Carvel used to be the big ice cream place in New York. What's the big ice cream place in New York now? Is it Haagen-Dazs? Who is it? Ben and Jerry's? When I was a kid, man, in Long Island, Carvel. That was the deal, man. Everybody was going to Carvel, get all the ice cream in Carvel. But so I call it Ime Carvel. Carvel player. Swirl. Don't mess around down there in Big D, though, in Texas, though. They don't play that down there in Texas. You might have a problem. Yeah, man, that's right. We got to let the team gel. We're going to let them gel. That's right. That's right. Yeah. No, don't make no trades. And listen, Corey Lindsey, like you've been around a minute with the Knicks, right? So the worst time of year. The time of year I am so glad that we got the Don is between June and August. Because that's when you have no Knicks basketball. You're waiting for training camp to come in September, right? And there's every trade rumor on earth coming to Knicks Nation, and all of the content creators are feeding into it so they can get that summer money, right? And sometimes, like with Karl-Anthony Towns, they was right this time, and all of a sudden it's like they called it. Well, they call it every summer, so every summer, this summer, you're going to have major rumors with Mitchell Robinson, Let me see. Mikal Bridges, until they extend Mikal Bridges. Major rumors with Mikal Bridges. Major rumors with Rich Rod. NBA Central. I heard Mikal Bridges' team is not happy with the Knicks management. It's going to be all of that. All of that. Every summer. It drives me crazy because it's the same crew of people. It's NBA Central. It's certain content creators, which I won't name because I don't want nobody saying I start no beef with them. I'm not. But certain content creators, every summer, same thing. Brian Windbag, same thing every summer. And of course, Stephen A. Stupid with his sources every summer. Every summer, it's the same crew. Every summer. And so I get tired of it. All they do is regurgitate. They pull out their bag the same rumors every year. Oh, so Baskin Robin is it now? Oh, okay. I heard of Baskin Robin. But every summer it's the same. And people buy into it because you're desperate to get some basketball, which I understand. You got the basketball Jones, and ain't no pro basketball out there. So all you got is the draft, free agency, and summer league. Right? That's all we got. And so everybody's declaring the Knicks should send all their picks to move up in the draft and get X player. Right? And if they don't, they fail. Right? And I was saying, they don't need nobody. Oh, no, they should draft, move up and go get Ivy. Why do they move up and go get? I heard they're going to go get Ivy. No. We're good. Every summer, the same thing. Every summer. Then comes September. And ESPN and CBS will tell you the Knicks are not as good as you think, and they're not going to win that many games, and maybe they'll be 500 every year. Same thing. Okay, every year. It's the same crew. ESPN, CBS, they're the worst. Do you know CBS gave the Knicks an F or a D for getting Jalen Brunson? I was like, are you kidding me? And some people, they gave him a D or a C for getting Karl-Anthony Towns. Amazing, man. I mean, yeah, man. And see, my problem is I remember when they did it before. So I see a pattern. I got a thing. I just see patterns, and I'll be like, wait, it's the same guys saying the same thing as they did the last 2 years in a row. And you're going to see it again. This summer, the same thing. And there's going to be a whole bunch of teeny boppers out here saying, did you hear? Oh, my God. That's right. See, sometimes you wonder. The thing is that I really, when I was a young man, I was really into cars. I think a lot of young brothers are into cars, right? Like, you get a dope ride, man. You get you a dope ride, even if you can't pay your rent or your mortgage. You get you a dope ride, right? I used to be like that. I used to have BMWs. I had Jaguars, and I used to want a dope ride, right? So I couldn't understand how, like, guys, like the salespeople would treat these cars that I felt like were tremendous, like they were just another car. I was like, but that's a BMW. He said, yeah, whatever, And that's how some of these content creators treat the Knicks content. They don't care if it's the Knicks. They don't care about the Knicks. They want clicks. It's more important that they sell merch and get clicks. So they don't care if it makes the Knicks look bad, if it disrespects the Don, if it puts pressure on a player that's not expecting to get traded. They don't care about any of that. They want clicks, and they don't care if your name has to be brought up for them to get the clicks. That loses my respect. Okay, you lose my respect with that. Ian Begley even started. I'm just noticing some of the people he invites. And I can't even click on his stuff no more because I'll be like, I'm not listening to these knuckleheads he's got on his show with him. I can't. Okay. And all this idiocy they be saying. I'll be like, what the hell? What are you talking? Yeah, I can't. So even Ian is starting to, but when he reports something, it's facts still. But he's just bringing all kind of stuff around him now. That's his show. He do what he want. That's his house. Do what he want. But yeah, I can't watch it no more. I used to be, when I saw Ian Begley's show, I clicked right on it. I think twice now because I said, who's he got on there with him? If I see Mark Berman, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Mark Berman is a cool dude. Seems so, right? But I don't want to hear it. He come with what all these rumors, and he acting like he in the gym when they're making decisions and stuff. Come on, man. I don't know. I saw Leon Rose meeting with Worldwide Wrestling. They were looking at Brunson. There might be a trade in the works. Stuff like that. Stuff that makes no sense. if you're actually thinking about it. Yeah, exactly. Just let us be. 2025 is the FAFO. Yeah, exactly. Here come Mitchell Robinson. FAFO. Yeah, I don't. The only question I have, Harry Patterson, and if somebody could find out, because I haven't been able to get a really good source of information, but I'm wondering what is the number, the highest number the Knicks could give Precious Achiuwa? Because that's how they lost Hartenstein. They didn't lose Hartenstein for lack of effort. They lost Hartenstein because they gave him a 2-year deal, so they were limited as how much they can offer him in free agency. They weren't expecting him to be that good. I got to say, I wasn't either. But I thought he would be a solid backup, which he was, but he became a solid starter. So the Knicks were limited in what they can offer him, whereas Oklahoma City wasn't. So I'm wondering, what is the offer for Precious? Now, the thing about Precious, one factoid I know is when they traded for Precious Achiuwa, and tell me if I'm wrong now, I think they acquired his bird rights. Am I right about that? I think when they traded for Achiuwa with OG, they acquired his bird rights as well. He did, like, Hartenstein signed with the Knicks on a 2-year deal as a free agent, right? And so they never had his bird rights, his full bird rights. I think the Knicks got Precious's full bird rights when he came from Toronto. I think so. And if that's the case, then yeah, I think I can. To me, Precious Achiuwa value to me is somewhere around, I would say, between $32 and $45 million total contract value. I think like a 3-year, 32, 3-year up to $45 million. To me, that's his value, and I think that's a fair number, somewhere in that range. It could be even 36 million, somewhere between 32 and $45 million. I think that's a fair market value for Precious Achiuwa, and I think he should get that. So we'll see. I don't know. Do y'all know? Let me look it up. I'm looking it up right now. I'm wondering, will the Knicks have their full mid-level exception for the next season? That's what I want to know. Will they have their full mid-level exception available for the next season? I don't know. I'm trying to see here. Will they have that available? So I'm gonna tell you who's not going to be on the. I'm gonna tell you who's not going to be on the roster next year, not on the regular roster. You can forget about Matt Ryan. He should enjoy the ride while he's here, because he will not be here for the long term. I can guarantee you that. So yeah. It's not like he's discount double check. He ain't that good. So there's that. Let me see here. I don't know if they got their mid-level exception available. I'm looking to see. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I know they got Precious Achiuwa's cap hit at $11.4 million. That would be a nice number for him. That would be somewhere around $36 million over 3 years. That's a nice number for Precious. I like that number. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know they were getting Cat. I knew Minnesota would be thinking about trading him from the year before because of the amount of money he would cost. And then, see, when they signed Cat to the big money they signed to, they didn't have Anthony Edwards. So when they got Anthony Edwards, now you got Gobert and Anthony Edwards. You need to keep Gobert because he's your rim protector for your defense. So you got to keep him. And you definitely going to keep Anthony Edwards. So that left Gato. And so I was like, somebody needs to approach them. They don't want to pay that tax, man. They don't want to pay that tax. I can tell you right now, Minnesota, I said, they don't want to pay the tax for him. They don't want to pay it. So yeah. How much are they paying in tax this year? Let me just see. I know they saved a good $3, $4, $5 million in tax money just by trading him. What's their tax? See, they are paying. Woo! See, Minnesota is paying $200 million in taxes. No, $91 million. They're paying $91 million in taxes this year, right? So by trading Karl-Anthony Towns, they go this year from $91 million. Their tax next year is $2 million. See? So I knew they had to look at moving him because of the contract. He's going from 50 million up to eventually 61 million. They don't want to pay that tax money, man. So they gonna move him. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Julius Randle, he ain't getting that much. Like you would expect a guy starting power forward, 2-time All-Star, at least 1-time All-NBA, maybe 2-time NBA, but that kind of guy is $300 million. Julius ain't getting nothing like that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He ain't getting nothing like that. He might get a deal similar to Brandon Ingram. He might get a 3-year 120, a 3-year 100, something like that. He ain't getting the money he hopes to get. I mean, shoot, give me 3 years, 100 million. I'm cool, but Juju may not get that. He may not get that. I don't know. They may even trade him. Because let me ask you, do y'all think like, Minnesota, they got, let's see, as far as power forward, they got Jaden Daniels, Julius Randle. That's what they really got for power forward right now. Jay McDaniel and Julius Randle. So Jay McDaniel is locked up. They got him locked up for 3 years. He's getting $23, $25, $27 million, $28 million over his next few contracts. So they got him locked up. If I'm Minnesota, I'm thinking about trading Juju and getting me another guy that's cheaper, that's serviceable and cheaper at that spot. If I'm Minnesota, if I can get a defensive guy, a solid defensive guy that can play the 3 or the 4. Somebody like the guy that the Lakers just got, Dorian Finney-Smith. If I can get somebody like on his level, somebody like that, I'll trade Julius. And if I'm Minnesota, because I ain't gonna lose nothing. I'm gonna get that. I'm still gonna have Ant. I'm still gonna have Jay McDaniels. I'm gonna give more of the ball to our boy, Ragu. And so I'm not losing much. Can I get another guy that's cheaper that can give me rebounds? He don't have to be all NBA. Can I get another guy that can give me rebounds that's cheaper? Because they ain't paying, they're losing, they're reducing their tax bill by over $88 million next year. They don't want to go back. That's why they traded Gato. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. They don't want to go back. To the Spurs, let me see. Let me look at the Spurs. Let's take a look at the Spurs. So right now, y'all know, like, of course, we know the Spurs just got, who did they got De'Aaron Fox. They just got De'Aaron Fox to pair with the kid. So let me see here. Let me look at their depth. They got Harrison Barnes, Keldon Johnson. Well, Jeremy Sohan is probably their long-term solution at the power forward. And Keldon Johnson and Champagne is on your bench. Stephen Castle is definitely on your bench. You're going to start De'Aaron Fox. You're eventually going to start Stephen Castle. You could bring Julius in there. Right now, they're starting Harrison Barnes. I actually like Harrison Barnes better for what he, because what am I saying? Harrison Barnes is a guy that's plug and play. Julius, you got to kind of fit around his style. He needs touches, and you got to kind of fit around his style of game. Certain things you got to allow him to do. You don't want him to dribble the ball up the court all the time, but he's going to do that. So you got to let that happen. He's not going to change that. So, you could get him, but actually for what they need, I think Harrison Barnes fits better. I think Julius would definitely be better than Keldon Johnson. And they got Keldon Johnson coming off the bench. But I would have Harrison Barnes because he's plug and play. Harrison Barnes is not the guy that's going to disrupt your team. He's going to be solid. He's not going to make a lot of mistakes. He's going to play good defense on a consistent basis. That's what you want in San Antonio right now. So I don't know if San Antonio is the fit because Julius is of a status that whatever team he goes to, he's got to start right now. He's not a guy that's going to come off your bench. I mean, right? Y'all understand it. He don't even have, that's not going to be, if you ask him to come off the bench, you might have a problem. Phoenix, maybe. I can maybe see Phoenix. I can see Phoenix on you because especially if you can get rid of Beal, I can see that. If you can move Beal, you can get him because he ain't costing no $50 million. If you're Phoenix, why not? Yeah, but then you can move Kevin Durant to the small forward spot. Let me see here. You can move Kevin Durant to the small forward. You're starting a rookie. So yeah, definitely Phoenix is a fit. I agree with a fit in Phoenix because you have to move Bradley Beal. In order to make that happen, you got to move Bradley Beal. So Phoenix is a possibility to me. Because if you're any rookie that's starting, come on, Julius Randle comes in and takes that spot. So yeah, I could see Phoenix is possible. I could see Phoenix is possible. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right, Just Lettuce. He said, I'm taking my 50 and I'm staying in this uniform. I ain't going nowhere. That's exactly what they do. How many years they got to pay him? See, that's another one. See how they got dogged like that? They dog themselves, man. How many years did they give Bradley Beal? Another guy that's hurt a lot. They gave him too much money, man. See, I don't know who that general manager is, but you just messed up, bro. Let me see here. Damn, but they got this year and next year. So Bradley Beal's expiring. No, he got a player option for damn. So you got a player option. You got $50 million this year, 54 next year, and he got a $57 million player option at age 33. Damn, you're stuck. You stuck. Yeah, but they took it on though, Dwayne Osabo. Washington might have gave it to him, but Washington ain't on the hook for that now. Yeah, he got 3 years left. He gonna collect his money. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So you could maybe trade him to a team, and you're gonna have to give up picks. And I don't know if they even got the picks because they had to give up a whole bunch to go get Kevin Durant, right? I don't know, man. Phoenix got a problem. There's a problem down there in the land of the sun. I don't know, baby. That's gonna be a problem. I don't know. That's gonna be a problem. They messed up right there. See, again, every time I see stuff like that, I'll be like, we got the Don though. The Don ain't getting took, and he ain't taking no shorts. The Don ain't getting took. Yeah, exactly, Charm Boy. They got a problem. Juju, I mean, he'd be a good fit in Phoenix. I'd rather him than Ryan Dunston. I like Ryan Dunn, but he's a rookie. So bring Juju in there. He'd be help your team better. But damn, they got stuck. They talk about musical chairs. They got stuck standing up. They ain't get a chair at the table. Damn. Woo! See, I told y'all, man, the Big Three era is toast. It's over. The Big Three is over. That copycat, somebody need to stop doing it. Stop it. It ain't working. The Big Three ain't working. All you doing is dogging out your team. You stuck with big bills and you ain't doing nothing. And Phoenix is another team, so they paying all that money, right? Where they at? Where them fools at in the standings? They got to be top 5, right? With all Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and who else they got? Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and of course Devin Booker. They got to be top 5 in the West, right? Right? Oh no, they're 11th, and they're a game and a half out of the 10th seed. They're fighting for a play-in spot. Let me ask you all a question. No, seriously. How would the Knicks Nation and the Knicks media feel if right now the Knicks were in the 11th seed in the East? But what would be the reaction if the Knicks were not 3rd, but the 11th seed in the East? In other words, they're the 11th seed fighting for a play-in spot. Would y'all be calling for Tom Thibodeau's head, Leon Rose's job, trade everybody? That would be the talk, isn't it? We've been getting that talk now, and they top 3 in the East. We've been getting that talk. Can you imagine if the Knicks were the same position as the Phoenix Suns right now? Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord, I'd hate to be them. And then in the East, the Philadelphia 76ers, 20-34. What if your New York Knicks were 20-34? Triple C, what you think, man? You think your boys on your show be calling for Tibbs' head right now? Head got to roll. They calling for heads to roll, and they the 3rd seed. Can you imagine if the Knicks were? And let me tell you something. Before Tibbs got here, that's where we were. Some people don't even understand. That's why I got no tolerance for them losers coming on my channel talking about fire Tibbs or we need to move this guy and get that guy. It's like, man, get out of here with that BS, man. You got to be kidding me, man. We good. We third seed in the East, man. We talking about Phoenix paying 3 guys. They probably, I think it's safe to say, let me see. They're paying right now, they're paying $50 million to Bradley Beal. Let me see. They got 3 guys. So they're paying $50 million to Beal. They're paying Durant $51 million. They're paying Devin Booker. So they got $150 million for just this season in 3 guys. 3 guys. They got it so tight, they got to play a rookie, Ryan Dunn. They got to play him. They got to hope Oso Iguodala can ball. They got to play Bol at $2 million because they can't afford nothing. Yeah, now, I don't want to hear nothing about Tibbs. We Tibbs high. I definitely don't even come on my channel talking anything. You ain't got nothing. I don't want to. Somebody say, well, you act like they perfect. No, I act like you need to chill. That's all I'm acting like. You need to chill. I don't want to hear no criticism of Tibbs. You ain't the damn coach. He coaching in Madison Square Garden. I was watching Jalen Brunson highlights of the 3-point contest. And you know what came across my mind? I'm watching him, right? And I'm like, man, it's pretty hard for him to shoot 3-pointers with that weighted vest on. Did you see the weighted vest he was wearing? Did y'all see it? Yeah, it's pretty hard for him to shoot 3-pointers with that weighted vest on. What weighted vest? The New York Knicks jersey. It's the heaviest weighted vest in the NBA. Hard to shoot with that on. I don't want to hear nothing. We good. I saw too many David Fizz goggles, too many, my man, what's his name? David Fizz goggle, and his wife, he got good taste in women. And so does my man, what's his name? Derek Fisher. Good taste in women. Can't coach his ass for nothing, but good taste in his sister. Got to give him that. Good taste. Very good. Very good taste. But can't coach his way out of a goddamn paper bag. I don't want to see him. I've seen too many of them. Isaiah Thomas, I'll never forget. He came as president of basketball operations, right? And GM. He went and got Stephon Marbury. That's how we got Stephon Marbury. It was Isaiah Thomas traded for Stephon Marbury. And then he started giving away first round picks like they was crack to a crackhead. And then got the nerve to sit on the sideline staring at Don Chaney. Y'all remember Don Chaney? Don Chaney was the defensive architect for Jeff Van Gundy and Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau learned from Don Chaney, and he on the sideline. Don Chaney came and coached the game. This fool. I seen too many years of that, yo. Too many years. We had Patrick Ewing, one of the greatest talents to come out of the NBA in a long time, 1985. Why didn't we get a guy why couldn't we focus on that number 2 guy? And why did they end up trading Mark Jackson and Rod Strickland? See, I don't want to hear no talk about the Don. I don't want to hear no talk about the scout. I don't want to hear nothing about the Knicks front office or their coaches. Nothing. I seen too much. Because I remember getting Patrick Ewing, and I was like, damn, because I knew Patrick Ewing. If you remember at Georgetown, Patrick Ewing was a defensive player. Y'all remember that, right? He was the defensive anchor at Georgetown. They had Patrick Ewing and 4 whoever's, and they were going to I think every year he was in the NC2A Final Four. Every year with Patrick Ewing. And he ain't have nobody. It was him and 4 whoever's with John Thompson, and they were going to the Final Four. So I was like, when he came to the Knicks and was showing that jumper, I was like, damn, Patrick Ewing could shoot too. All we need is a Bernard King type guy. See, we had lost Bernard. He wasn't coming back the way he was. If we had Bernard King, it'd have been lights out, but we didn't. So I was like, man, you should be doing all your efforts. Get the biggest scout you can. Find me a guy that's good. Like, give me Mark Aguirre. Find me something out there, baby. And let's get pairing with Bernard King, with Patrick, and he never did it. Never did it, man. He ended up with Xavier McDaniels, Charles Smith, Charles Oakley. None of them was scrubs now, but none of them was that second guy, man. We needed another guy. Even Jordan kept getting his ass handed to him by the Detroit Pistons until they got Scottie Pippen. When they got Scottie Pippen, chip, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching championships. Then they messed around and got Dennis Rodman. Cha-ching, 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 3 straight. Why couldn't the Knicks go get somebody? Just get somebody. Trade. You got to get somebody that could ball to pair with Patrick Ewing. They never did. By the time they got Marcus Camby and Latrell Sprewell, Ewing was past his prime. He was finished. Ewing was actually hurt the year they went to the finals against San Antonio. Ewing was hurt. I mean, it was Camby and Sprewell coming off the bench. They had Allen Union. They had a nice squad. But now you didn't have Patrick anymore. That was it. I was so hurt behind that. I was like, damn. But they just didn't, man. That's what I'm saying. So, and at that time, you could throw money at brothers and get them to come to New York. You had to get somebody good, though. There go, man. So, anywho, that's what I'm saying. So, right now, I ain't got you. Please. Do they have to be perfect? Come on, man. No. But are they good? Hell yeah. Are they really good? Hell yeah. The front office for the Knicks is top notch. The coaching for the Knicks is top notch. I don't want to hear nothing. I remember watching the Knicks with what was that fool's name? Offensive rebounder called Set the World Free or some mess like that. World something from Turkey. Couldn't defend his damn shadow. Could get offensive rebound now, but couldn't guard nobody. And I was like, and he was getting $28 million his last year in New York. I was like, please get rid of him. I'm watching every other team get back on defense but the Knicks. And then Fizz goggles. We're going to get you right, kid. Take you and your fine wife and leave. Just take you, your fine wife, and your axe and go chop some wood somewhere else, man. Please. Please. Oh, it was, no, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. Can't. Oh, my God. Dude played defense like he had 20-pound weights on his feet, man. I was like, what the hell? Enes Camp. And damn, Moody, we're getting you right, kid. I seen too much, y'all. I didn't see too much. I don't want to hear nothing. This team right here is the best shot we got to win a chip that we had since Walt Clyde Frazier was running that court with Earl the Pearl Monroe. Earl the Pearl Monroe and Walt Clyde Frazier both in their 70s right now. Bless them. It's been a minute. So I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to talk about no trades. You trade Mitchell Robinson. What the hell's wrong with you? You crazy? Shh. No. Put this team together. Let it get healthy. And let's roll, baby. Let's roll. We ready. Let's roll. Yep, Boston handed us our ass. But look, what you want? Boston's defending champions. Are they not? Boston is the defending NBA champions, and they didn't lose nothing. They just gained Torrey Craig. The rich got richer. Okay? They just gained Torrey Craig. They got Kristaps Porzingis. They got Jason Tatum. They got Brown. They're going Derek White could ball his behind on. They got Jrue Holiday. Come on, man. And behind Al Horford is still balling. No, they should be kicking the Knicks behind. It's all good, though. It's all good. It's all good. Give me my Mitchell Robinson back. Let me get OG on the health side. Let's run this thing. Let's do this thing again and see what happens, right? Let's do this thing again. That's all I'm saying. See, just because the Celtics are the better team now, don't mean you hang up your Knicks uniform and say, oh, man, it's all over. They ain't gonna win this year. Oh, hell no. We're not giving up like that. Oh, hell no. You better come correct. Playoff time. Let's get it on. That's all I'm saying. Get up with your bloody nose and say, that's all you got, boy. Let's go back again. Let's see what you got. Oh, that was the hardest you could punch? Okay, let's see what else. We ready for your next one. Let's do this thing. That's all I'm saying. Shoot. Yeah, we're going to see them again. I don't care if they beat us the next 2 times. I'm still going to be like, we going to kick your ass in the playoffs. Let's do this thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, Stephen A. Stupid is like, daggone, man. He's stupid. Damn. To me, you know, he lost me a long time ago. I ain't going to front. Stephen A. Stupid lost me a few years ago. But he went to a new level of toilet low when he called out KL on the halftime and talk about Serena Williams' husband should divorce her. I didn't hear him say it, but I read he said it. I don't want to hear nothing he got to say. But when I heard he said that, I was like, wait, no, he didn't say that, did he? And then I thought to myself, is he married? Does he have children? What he talking about? How you gonna give marriage advice? Gonna tell a man need to divorce him because she did the crip dance. And then when you hear Serena said KL called her up because she had done the crip dance when she won a big tennis tournament. And he said, that was dope. Would you come and do that for halftime? It had nothing to do with Drake. She didn't know she was going to be used to diss Drake. That wasn't her thing. She was doing it because she thought it was going to be fun. And they even videoed her the whole time, practicing and everything. She said, this is going to be fun. It had nothing to do with her husband. Man, please. I can't stand sellouts, man. I understand you got to get your money, but don't sell out like that. You ain't had to run your mouth. Sometimes it's best to keep your damn mouth shut, right? Just learn when you should talk and when you shouldn't. I respect Ian Begley for that. But they're going Stephen A. Smith need to keep his goddamn mouth shut. They paying him a lot of money. Good. All right, Coon. You got your money, boy. Go out there and run your mouth again. He should just, you know what? Like New York State of Mind. You know what I'm saying? Just get the red hair, get the, little ball, red nose, put the big red shoes on, and just let's play the whole game clown. If you're going to be a clown, right? At least I would watch him if he wore that uniform because that would be entertainment. Better than the circus. But don't try to act like you serious and you run your mouth like that. Come on, man. Malika Andrews didn't even go there. Come on, man. No, man. Get out of here with that. Money is something else, though, isn't it, Malik? People will sell out their mama for money, so I guess we shouldn't be surprised they're giving them that kind of loot. I don't want to watch them. They lost me a while ago. Like I said, he lost me a few years ago. He lost me when they hired Tibbs and he was still talking all of this mess. He lost me a while back, okay? But, yeah, and I'm my family has Jamaican descent. And Jamaicans got a certain shaped head. I was telling my wife, man, I got the Jamaican head. I could always tell. There was a dude on TV named is Lester Holt. I said, Mommy, he's Jamaican. And she said, how you know? I said, do you see his head? He's Jamaican, man. I know a fellow coconut when I see one. He is Jamaican. So I said, Stephen A. Smith might be Jamaican. He might be from Jamaica. He might be from Jamaica, man. He might be from Jamaica. He might be. I looked at Lester Holt. I said, Mommy, she said, how you know he's Jamaican? I said, Mommy, do you see his head? He is Jamaican. There is no two ways about it. Lester Holt is from Jamaica. Look at his head, man. I know a coconut when I see one. I got one. I got a coconut head too. I ain't heard. She said, I like your cocoa palau. I said, yeah, it's cool. But I know what I got, man. I know I got. Lester Holt definitely is headquarters. Who's mom from Trinidad? Lester Holt, Jamaican. I don't want to hear it. Let me just, now you're going to call me, look it up. Look. Where's Lester Holt family from? He's in Afro-Jamaican, born in Manchester. I told you, I ain't have to even plead. Lester Holt, Jamaican, bro. Oh, Stephen A.'s mom is Trinidadian? Generally, Trinidadians, my experience, they don't have the head like the Jamaican. Generally, they don't have that like the Jamaicans. Generally, Trinidadians, in my experience, look more East Indian. You got some that are darker, of course, but you have the most East Indian look. They even sound like they got almost like a British tone to their dialect. Y'all notice that? There's also like a little British tone almost like to the Trinidadian, just almost, a little bit more proper as the English, I would say. Whereas the Jamaicans have almost like an Irish person speaking patois, right? It's like if you took an Irish person and you gave him patois, it would sound Jamaican to me. That's the way I see it. But they don't generally have the headquarters that Jamaicans got. I could always tell, man. One time I went to a funeral and I was looking for my cousin. All I had to do was look for the head. And I seen the head in the front and I said, that's my cousin right there. I already knew. That's my cousin. And he was him. I said, that's him right there. And him, the loudest one, waving his hand. I said, that's my cousin right there. I know it's him. Oh, man. Hey, everybody got their thing, right? Asians got the eyes. Jamaicans got the heads. It is what it is, man. Don't be ashamed. Shoot, it is what it is. I wear my head proudly. Ain't no problem. Jalen Brunson, though, is he Jamaican? I know Josh Hart ain't letting him forget it. He call him Big Head. Jalen Brunson, to me, though, seriously, tell me if I'm wrong. Jalen Brunson's one of the coolest interviews I've seen in pro basketball. He is very intellectual, very intelligent, very thoughtful in what he says. He's extremely intelligent. I mean, he's one of the best interviews I've ever seen on a pro basketball interview. Jalen Brunson is that dude as far as interviews. That's why him and Josh Hart and him are funny as any two dudes I've ever seen in the league. Never, ever as funny as those two dudes. And Josh Hart is my boy because he wearing a Knicks uniform. Very few players in the NBA put forth the effort to win that he does, right? And he's funny as hell. I mean, damn, you can't beat that. I like them two dudes. We got to keep them, man. Yeah, Jalen Brunson I don't know what his private life is like, but he just comes across so intelligent, so well thought out, well spoken. It just comes across. He's just an individual. Not does he just play high IQ basketball, but he's just a high IQ individual, man. I think he graduated from Villanova in 3 years or some mess like that. I mean, he's really impressive. Jalen Brunson's an impressive guy, man, period. End of story to me. That's why I say, yep, the Knicks lost to Boston, but if y'all remember what I say, don't ever bet against Jalen Brunson. Don't bet against him. You will lose. Don't bet against Jalen Brunson. Didn't he get what he did, right? Yeah, no. His father was hard on him, but that's the way a Hebrew's supposed to be. That's how you got to raise a boy in this society. He did the right thing. Hats off to Rick. Hats off to Rick, man. Hats off to Rick Brunson. Hats off to the brother. For real, for real. No joke, man. For real, for real. So, yeah, Jalen is really... Any father would be proud to call that boy his son. Any father would be. That boy he's on point. Man. On point. That's right. So, in fact, sometimes I think he's too good. You know, it's like, dang, he can't be perfect. Nobody's perfect, right? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So, yeah. But him and Josh Hart did crazy, man. Josh Hart said, I was looking for a size hat and I asked for medium and large. And they said, well, we got medium and we got large and we got Brunson. And Brunson came and tried to snatch the hat off his head. And he said, hey, don't be touching me because you got a big head. You got a big head. You got a big head. That's all I'm going to say about that. Oh, man. I like them too, man. Shoot, I'm glad we got him on the Knicks. And daggone Hart, Josh Hart, he got good taste in women. Josh Hart got good taste in women. Josh Hart got very good taste in women. Yep, Deuce getting ready to be a daddy with his Brazilian girl. Go, Deuce. Do your thing, buddy. Do your thing, brother. You got to get some more loot now. I want the Knicks to hook my man up. There's two guys in the Knicks that are my favorite players, Deuce McBride and Mitchell Robinson. That is why somebody came in here the other day talking about, well, he is injury prone. I said, you could talk about everybody else like that, but you cannot come on my channel talking about Mitch Rob like that. Nah. Deuce and Mitch Rob are off limits. Off limits. They get the pass. Off limits. I don't care. It's like, y'all get close to fam, right? Y'all can make fun of fam all you want. But if some outsider comes in your house trying to make fun of your fam, there might be a problem. You understand? You can do it because that's your fam. But somebody else come in there, there's a problem. Nobody can come talk about my man, Mitch Rob, or my man, Deuce. I don't want to hear it. I'm not trying. And I had to fight off people with Deuce. He can't shoot. I don't know why Tibbs would give him minutes. He never done anything. Tibbs gave him plenty of chances, and he never did anything. I've heard all of that crap from people, man. All of that crap from the short side of it. Told you, the boy could ball. Coming out of Huggins' program at West Virginia. You got to understand where these cats come from. Huggins was at Cincinnati when they had Nick the program at Cincinnati. You know, that you talking about. And then here's Deuce coming out program at West Virginia. I was like, man, please. Deuce is going to be a dude, man. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Y'all see that dunk he did? What was it? Was it against Houston? He flushed it on some poor dude, man. He caught the pass from Kolek on the bounce and just wound up. And then the face he turned around to me, I was like, no, you didn't. Woo, Lord. Yeah, no, man. Coming out of Huggins program at West Virginia. Huggins was at Cincinnati. He had Deuce. He had Huggins had this dude, the Nets. They had to end up playing on Denver with Melo. I forgot his name. He came to the Knicks for a little bit too. But Huggins comes out with some ball players, man. For real. And y'all remember Nick the Quick? Van Exel. Nick could play. That boy could play. If anybody coming out from Huggins, you can know they're going to ball. Okay? Like I said, there's certain coaches that Lowe's Moore, I ain't heard that name in a long time. I ain't heard that name since the 80s, Lowe's Moore. He's out of Mount Vernon. Isn't that right, Wellfire? Lowe's Moore, I ain't heard that name in a minute. But, yeah, you're talking about Huggins, Hamilton. If you got guys coming out of from any coach, any team that these guys league, they know how to ball, man. They know how to ball. Like this boy from Europe, he's like 6'11", and he couldn't hardly play for him. So I said he ain't playing because I know they was hyping him, but he couldn't go, he couldn't ball, man. Yeah. I heard Lowe's Moore back in the 80s out of Mount Vernon. Yeah, I was hearing about Lowe's Moore. I never seen him, but I was hearing that name kept coming out of Mount Vernon. Lowe's Moore, watch Lowe's Moore. I was hearing about that. Kenyon Martin. Yep, Kenyon Martin, Cincinnati. He was actually the college player of the year coming out of Huggins program in Cincinnati. Kenyon Martin, Nick Van Exel. There have been other guys too. And then there was Deuce McBride. I said, man, please. I watched that boy play at West Virginia. I said, this is a Tibbs dude from the jump. This is a Tibbs player right here. And he could shoot. His freshman year, he didn't shoot that well. But Deuce's sophomore year, I think he averaged 20 a game. He could shoot, man. And I said, so he could shoot. The only thing he couldn't do in college is finish. He's gotten a lot better at that. And I knew that that's the upside. That's the time he needs to get upside, you know. So Deuce, you ain't seen the best of him yet. He's now developing that Jalen Brunson floater. When he gets that down, game over. Game over, man. So, yeah. Ruben Patterson, that's right, J. Kilford. Javon Carter, Ruben Patterson. I remember Ruben Patterson. There was another guy, too. There was a couple of guys like that played on that same team. I was like, see, you can't come out of Huggins. Huggins know how to coach some ball players, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, rest in peace, Gus. Rest in peace, Ray. Yeah, rest in peace, Manigo. Rest in peace. Yep. So all of them cats. And Javon Carter, what? Tough defensive player. Isn't that right? One thing about him, wherever he goes, you know you're going to get defense. Wherever he goes, Javon Carter is going to bring you defense. That is automatic. That's coming. Okay. So, yep. That. So Deuce is my guy. Mitch Rob is my guy. I was calling Mitch a championship piece when he got drafted. I was telling y'all, I said, this is he fouls too much, man. Wait till he gets over the first 3 years. When he learns how to play the 5, he's going to be a championship piece. And people are still doubting that, but I don't. Put him on Mob Deep and watch what happens. Yep. Deuce getting ready to have a baby. He already got a name for him. You heard the name, Ace. Isn't that cute? Ace McBride. That's cool, man. You know who called his son Deuce? I didn't know Jason Tatum's son named Deuce. You know, oh yeah, the Brazilian flavor. He got the Brazilian flavor. Yes, he does, man. Kev could have been part of the future. Kev had two problems that every NBA potential player should take heed of. Number one, he came out too soon. He should have waited. Even Calipari said he should have waited. He should have stayed at Kentucky at least one more year, maybe 2 more years. Number two, he had the wrong coach. The wrong coach. Fizdale was the wrong guy. If Kev would have got drafted by a guy like Kenny Atkinson, he might be playing better right now. Two things ruined that boy. It ain't talent. It was he came out too soon, which messed him up, and he got the wrong coach in David Fizdale, the exact wrong coach for him. McCullough is working his way back. He's playing some G League game. Apparently, he's playing pretty good. Like I said, I've been saying McCullough, Kolek, Hooporty, and Daddier. You want to see if they're going to get any minutes next year? Let's watch the Summer League. The Summer League is going to be very interesting this year. Very interesting. Now, you know McCullough is already 24 years old. McCullough is already 24. I don't know how much upside he has. He definitely has motor. That I do know. McCullough has plenty of motor. I like his motor. He's got a Josh Hart motor, to be honest with you. So, and he's a little bit bigger than Josh Hart. Not that that means anything, because Josh Hart is all heart, but McCullough is got a Josh Hart type motor. He is going to be 24 in March. In a few weeks, he'll be 24 years old. Yeah, so it's open. Book is open right now. So let's see what he does in the Summer League. McCullough's got to show out in the Summer League. So does all of them. They got, if they want to play, they got to show some. Your boy Kolek has got to show defense. We know he could pass the ball. There's no question he could pass on the NBA level. He can shoot on the NBA level. Can he stay in front of somebody on the NBA level? Very seriously, that's what's going to determine if he ever gets a chance to really play on the NBA level. Can he stay in front of somebody? We know he can shoot. We know he can handle. You got all that. Got all that. But you got to play defense if you want to play for a championship team in the NBA, especially a Tom Thibodeau team. So I want to see if Mr. Kolek, I think it's a function of strengthening himself and getting quicker. Not that he's going to become blazing quick, but I'm just quick enough to be able to stay in front of somebody. Quick enough to play the type of defense that TJ McCollum plays. That's what we're talking about. When TJ McCollum came out and was drafted, was playing for Philadelphia, he came one of them second-round G League type dudes, and he gutted out. He's not an all-NBA defender, but McCollum ain't no slouch either. And he knows how to get to his spots and get his shot, and he's dangerous. Kolek can become that, but he's got to work really hard. So we're going to see in the Summer League. I'm pulling for the kid. You know, he's got to be able to develop that. So let's see. And that's another guy. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Kolek is going to be like 24. Isn't that right? Am I right about that or what? Tyler Kolek. Let me see how old is he. Tyler Kolek. Yep. He's going to be 24 in March. So he's going to be 24 in March. McCullough's going to be 24 in March. Hooporty is going to be 23 in April. So he's got time. And of course, we know Daddier is going to be 20 this year. Young boy. Daddy is going to be 20 in July. So he's still a baby. As far as Kolek and McCullough, they're going to have to show something. I think Hooporty is going to stick around because Hooporty's got nice raw ability. I think he's going to stick around. Yeah, GL, you're right. There's not going to be much minutes for him. I mean, well, this is the thing. It depends on what the Knicks want to do with Shamet and Payne. Now, let me ask you a question. Let's say that next year, Kolek develops defense that's equivalent of TJ McConnell. Do you let Shamet and Payne walk and keep McConnell for that spot behind Deuce? Or do you let Kolek stay in the G League another year? What are y'all thinking? To me, the way Kolek can pass and shoot, if he can give me TJ McConnell level defense, again, I'm not talking about all NBA. He's not Deuce. He's never going to be Deuce on defense. But can he give me, I can stay in front of a guy for 4 or 5 seconds defense? Can he do that? Because right now they just go by him like he's not even there. They act like he's not even around. So that's terrible. But if he can give me some grit on the McConnell level, I want some TJ McConnell grit. Can I get that? If I could get that, I'm willing to let both Payne and Shamet walk and give those minutes, those 8 to 12 minutes. I'm giving him the Colts next year. If he can do that, we don't know. We're going to find out, though. We're going to find out. So he'll be 24 this spring, right? Deuce McBride is 24, and they're on different levels, right? So, but we're pulling for Tyler. I want to see Tyler do something, man, because I think Tyler, if he can give me something on the defensive end, I need something. Because you know what? You're talking about Tom Thibodeau. You're in the playoffs, right? Let's say you're in a game 7 in the playoffs. You need to get a stop. You trusting Kyle Kolek to be on the floor to help you get that stop? You need to get a stop. You're on the floor. You trusting Tyler Kolek? You're not even in the, let's say you're in the 4th quarter, you're making a run. Do you trust Tyler Kolek to help you in the playoffs get past your opponent? I'm not. Not right now. Now, let me ask you this. If TJ McConnell's on the floor against us in Indiana in the 4th quarter, are you respecting TJ McConnell? Can you know that he's going to give you some toughness on the defensive end, plus get to his spots on the offensive end? Hell yeah. That's all I'm saying. Now, nobody would confuse TJ McConnell with a superstar, but we're talking about an NBA level point guard that knows how to get to his spot. If Kolek wants to be in the league any time past this 3-year deal he's got, that's what he's got to develop. He's got to be able to stay in front of his man. And we're not talking about 24 seconds. He needs to be able to stay in front of his man on a one-on-one level 5 to 6 seconds. If he could do that, he can get a spot. He needs to be able to guard a space and get to an open man from the weak side of the floor 5 or 6 seconds. That's all we're talking about. But it's not easy, and it's not guaranteed. But he's going to have to do that. That's what we're talking about. What's up, Omar? What's up, man? Yeah, we need some grit. That's all I'm saying. We need some time. And I really am pulling for him. I can't guarantee that he will or he won't. All I can say is I'm pulling for him. And I hope that next summer, he's going to have to show it in the summer league. Show it. Show that you got some grit on the defensive end, that you tough, that you could take a charge, that you're ready to be in position at all times. Then we can talk about it. Otherwise, I won't hear nothing from you. You may not even be in the league. You know what I mean? So what's up, Ed? Yeah, so that's it. But we'll see. I'm pretty confident McCullough will. I look at Kevin McCullough, I see a tough dude. What do you think? I think he's a gritty, tough dude. What you think? I think he is. I want to see what he brings in the summer league, though. I think McCullough's just a gritty, tough Josh Hart type dude. He's not on Josh Hart's level right now, obviously, but I think he's got potential. I really do. So let's see what he brings next summer. I'm excited to see the summer league this coming year. It's going to be fun. Just with the guys that we already got, the 4 guys we're talking about. It's going to be fun. Yeah, we'll see. We'll find out. Summer league will give us a little hint. We'll see what happens. But I think McCullough, I get from him, he is that junkyard dog tough dude that with a motor. Me, myself, I love to see a guy that has motor and can play defense. That's why I'm more excited about him than Kolek for that reason. Kolek is tantalizing because of his offensive prowess, but I am turned off when I see him play defense. But McCullough, I see a little grit and grind in McCullough. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. We're going to see what happens in summer. It's going to be fun. But I see a little grit and grind in him, man. So I want to see what happens. Yeah, you're right, JL. And that's why I was saying last summer, everybody was talking about these youngsters getting time on the rotation. I'm like, are you crazy? We trying to win a chip, man. We ain't got time playing no babies. We ain't got no diaper changes. We can't be changing no diapers. We need grown men out here now. It's time for when there's chip. We need the grown-ups to play. Yeah, grown men, baby. Let's bring that. That's all we're talking about. OKC, whether they get hot at the right time or not, has the talent to win it all. There's no doubt about it. What they have to prove is like what all young teams in their position prove. Can they get over the hump in the Western Conference? That's what we got to see. I would have given them that this year if Chet Holmgren hadn't got hurt. So we got to see if they get a healthy Chet Holmgren, Hartenstein, they can certainly get to the finals. They can. They're that good, man. I wouldn't sleep on no OKC if I was anybody because they good enough to do the thing. Okay, so I wouldn't sleep on them. And then really, J Dub, I forgot, I'm confused. The one that starts, not the one that comes off the bench, the all-star one. J Dub, J Will, I don't know. Jalen Williams. That's the guy that, shoot. Yes, he is, JL. That's exactly right. Knicks have got a nice group for a good 3 years. Run this squad, baby. Let's get this going. Yeah, you're right. DJ James Reed, that's right. Is at this point, it's not talent with them. It's mental. Do they have the fortitude to get to that next level? Are they tough enough? We're gonna see. We're gonna find out. We're coming down the stretch right now. We're gonna find out. They're good though. There's no denying that the OKC Thunder is a contender. There's no doubt about that. Matter of fact, aren't they number one in the West right now? Let me see. Yep, they number one in the West by 8 games over Memphis. So yeah, there's no doubt. They're the class of the West right now. The only team really that I would be a concern with if I was them is Houston. Houston with Ime and them. The player got his boys beating brothers up. He got his boys going into the playground and saying, "Give me your lunch money." That's Houston. So I don't mess. I don't know. That's the only team. We'll see what happens. Yeah, and they're young. OKC is young too. Yeah, so we'll see. The interesting thing about OKC is Fred VanVleet. I'm wondering if they're going to re-sign him, because I'm wondering if they're going to give Aaron Holiday that spot. Aaron Holiday's less than half the price of Fred VanVleet. So we'll see. I think they want to keep Fred, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But Houston ain't going to be no easy out. Oh, I can't. I don't get into that shit. Just let us say who better, Luka or Shai. This year is definitely Shai's year. I think Shai should be MVP this year. But that's just this year. As far as an overall player, I don't know. Luka is every year in the MVP conversation for a reason. He's a generational talent. There's no doubt about it. Shai is playing at an elite level right now. Sometimes you catch a guy when he's getting into his prime type play, and Shai is that guy right now. He really is. I wouldn't. Shai is balling, man. I can't say which one is better. I'll take either one. But how old is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? He's in his 20s, right? If I'm not mistaken. Let me see. He is 98, so he's going to be 25. No, he's going to be 27 in July, so he's 26. Yeah, he's in his prime right now. He's going to be in his prime. He's going to be a tough dude for a while. He's really good. And Luka ain't even in his prime yet. So I knew coming out when Luka came in the league that the biggest enemy for Luka is the knife and fork. That was always the biggest enemy is the knife and fork. It was never basketball talent-wise. But he's got to overcome the knife and fork. He's kind of got a Zion problem. The biggest enemy is the donut. Got a Zion problem. But he needs to hire a nutritionist and get his ass in shape to get the most out of his talent. Yeah, he got the same problem. The only difference is Zion's game is predicated on athleticism. Luka is strictly skill. Luka is immensely skilled, man. So he's got to get himself in some type of shape. Yeah, so we'll see. Somebody asked who was better, Luka or Shai, and I said I don't get into that because they're both really good. It's just an empty argument. I mean, who's going to win an argument like that? People have arguments on both sides, and there's no real fruitfulness that's going to come from it. So, so I wouldn't try to pick between the two of them because they're both really, really good basketball players. Great basketball players, not even really, really good. Luka and Shai Gilgeous, SGA are great level players. So that's it. Yeah. Craig, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what WYD stands for. What's up, Craig? For 367. Craig without the 367 says WYD. I don't know what that is. See, I don't know. See who by a large margin. This year is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander this year. He's better than Luka this year, but in terms of overall for the lifespan of career, I don't know. I mean, Dallas was just in the finals last year, and Luka was only 24. How many finals has Shai Gilgeous-Alexander been in? And let me ask you, if you're looking at the rosters, who had the more talent, OKC or Dallas? And yet Dallas was in the finals last year. So, oh, is that what it is? I didn't know that. Yeah, so I can't say who's better, but the fruit is, if you want to, Luka had his team in the finals last year. 280 pounds or not, you give LeBron James to Luka Doncic, you better respect the Lakers. Kyrie is a generational talent. He is, no doubt. But Robert Woodard, what's up, man? How you doing, my brother? How you doing? Been a minute. How you doing? JL, are the Lakers contenders? Everybody's a contender. Because you know why? Everybody that's in the top 6 of each conference is a contender. Even sometimes not. I mean, did not Miami go to the finals out of the play-in? Didn't they go to the finals the year before last out of the play-in? So everybody in the top 6 is a contender, because you need talent, you need health, and you need the ball. You need a couple of breaks to go your way, in the finals. You need a couple of breaks. You need to avoid injuries. There's a lot of things that go into getting to the NBA finals. It ain't no automatic, and it ain't easy. So you gotta have a lot of things go your way. Okay, so we'll see. But anybody in the top 6 of each conference is a contender. Depending on some hurt. The reason Miami went to the finals is because I think we can agree Giannis got hurt. Giannis hurt that year. If Giannis doesn't get hurt, Miami probably doesn't go to the finals. Okay, but he did. So they did. See, so you just never know. Anything could happen. I think you're right, Organic. It's totally possible somebody could lose their spot. Totally possible. Especially with a healthy Mitchell. We're going to see what happens. We got to see what happens. That's right. As they say, we got to see what happens. Well, brethren, I am going to eat and continue my chill day. I didn't even get a workout in today, but I enjoyed myself hanging with y'all, no doubt. Thank you all for hanging out with us today and making the conversation fruitful. We had no knuckleheads today. Very good day. Didn't have to use my third rail reaction today. It was a good day. Didn't have to pull out the third rail switch today. It was a good day. We had a good, fruitful day. This is why I love hanging out. We had a good, fruitful day today. We had a good conversation. Yes, indeed. We stayed clean and cool. All right, Omar. We stay clean and cool. We good. Y'all, please enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you have off tomorrow, enjoy that. Be safe. Be sound. Shalom. Rest and peace to all.